Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome on in. Hope that you're taking care of yourselves, having a good old time. What have you been up to today? What have you been taking care of? What have you been treating yourself to? Are you treating yourself? Because if you're not, you're doing something wrong. You need to do better. But either way, I hope that you're actually taking care of yourself and are having a wonderful life and a wonderful time of things. I am definitely not playing V Rising and trying to get some stuff running while I'm doing other stuff. Absolutely not what I'm doing. That would just be heinous and insane. It would be completely like crazy. What are those used for? Huh. Interesting. So why don't I break those things down then that I've been finding? Because I feel like those are more useful. Not like this. Anyways, we are going to actually be playing Lamplight City today. I know that I just said that I'm sitting here playing V Rising. Or that I'm definitely not. I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Damn it, I was really hoping that could be broke back down. Oh well. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, so what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be working on Lamplight City. I do want to get more into that because there seemed to be a lot on the precipice that we were just about to enter into, and I'm really excited about that. So, okay, that looks better. I like that. Weakling. Wherever you may be. Where are you? This one. You're weaker. Here, have a merciless copper sword. I'll take that off your hands. Anyways. Okay. I promise I'm getting off of this, but how's everyone doing today? I hope that you have been enjoying yourselves. Have something interesting that you've been doing. Maybe. Alright. Okay. Let me go sleep properly. But we're stepping back into the shoes of the detective, and we're going to be figuring out this case that has been plaguing us. Yes, that is what we must do. Alright. I hope you're ready, because I'm not. I'm definitely not. But I'm excited. And excitement is where it all matters. Tasty. Please play. I just told people that I was getting ready to start this. There we go. Bam. Nailed it. Okay. For those of you who don't remember, this is a point-and-click adventure game. Very unique game. I've been having a lot of fun with it because of that. And now we'd gone through and I had fixed the mistake that I made, so now we're here to talk to Usher. Hello. Sir.
So, a private
That's right, Miles Fordham.
Jonas Usher,
Pleasure's all mine.
So, it would seem that Miss Lathan has shuffled off the mortal coil, as it were.
I'm sorry to say.
Please Please, come in. I only ask that you kindly wash your hands in the basin first.
This one seems a bit on edge.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Is there anything more stern,
Looking
judging by
lady
how full these bottles are?
doesn't indulge.
Usher seems to like. Adds a nice bit of color.
Okay, let's go talk.
Mr. Usher, I have some questions for you.
And hopefully I have your answer.
One can only hope.
How long have you been practicing?
Usher and Price has been operating since 1805. I took over from my father 15 years ago. The stress hasn't helped my heartburn, I can tell you that. Why, just
I'm
last
sure.
night I was tossing and turning because I couldn't stand the burning in my throat. That's why I've got these bags under my eyes, you know.
Ah, yes. And Mr. Price?
He's still here, although I think he'll probably be retiring soon as well. But the law firm has done well over the years, and I have a feeling it'll do even better in the years to come.
Oh, why is that?
We're currently beginning a group litigation against Royal Maverick for the Lygia disaster. I'm confident that we'll recover quite a significant sum for the families of those killed. You weren't by chance affected by the disaster, were you?
Thankfully, I was.
Shame. You could have joined the class action and done quite well.
You know, I always
Quite
thought
well.
we detectives made our living.
Mr. Usher, I've noticed from your rules and habits. Why is that?
I've been ill. I was a sickly child, and it's a miracle I'm still alive. That's why I'm so careful.
I see.
How's my color?
Not particularly.
I saw myself in the mirror this morning and thought I looked a bit peaked. Also, my leg has been hurting more than usual, which has been cause for concern.
Nah, you've really done it, Miles.
All right then. Well, anyways.
Lathan?
She was a
What?
lovely woman. I'm saddened to hear of her unfortunate passing.
What?
How long have you been her attorney?
She retained me some 10 years ago, I believe.
That's quite a long time.
Yes, I remember I had just gotten over a bout of melancholia and been able to work in nearly a month. I didn't think I'd make it out of that, but luckily things took a turn for the better. Miss Lathan came to see me, and I've served as her attorney ever since.
Would you say Miss Lathan is a wealthy woman?
Indeed I would. Her estate is worth a significant sum. Of course, you understand that this is confidential information, so I cannot tell you the exact amount.
Yes, of course.
Not worried about that.
I found this letter in Miss Lathan's bedroom, which mentions that she recently changed her will. Could you tell me a bit more about the circumstances surrounding this change?
That's not an uncommon occurrence. People change their wills all the time. Relatives and friends fall in and out of favor constantly.
Had Miss Lathan made changes to her will previously?
No, this was the first time.
What change did she make exactly?
Just a change to her beneficiary.
Nothing out of the ordinary. That
And when
is
did this
kind of
change
out of the
occur?
ordinary.
About 4 months ago, if I recall correctly. Yes, it was definitely in June, because I'd been in bed with a nasty stomach flu at the end of May. That was no fun, let me tell you. I think I lost nearly 6 pounds from the constant trips to the
Can you
WC.
not share that type of
Couldn't keep a
information?
thing down, and whatever did stay down soon came out the other end, if you get my meaning.
I'd say his
Yeah.
meaning is regrettably impossible to avoid.
Can you think of anyone who may have wanted to harm Miss Lathan?
No, I can't.
No.
What makes you think that someone actually killed her?
It seems the
Nah.
most plausible explanation.
Miss Lathan was getting on in years. It's likely she may have developed a case of pneumonia. That's the most common killer of the
A
elderly,
case
you know.
of
I had it when I
pneumonia.
was younger. Most
Yes,
unpleasant.
pneumonia just like
Constant coughing,
sets
spitting up
people
phlegm,
alight.
rattling in the lungs. Thankfully,
But supposing that was the cause of death, how would it explain the fact that her body was completely burned?
she was a smoker. Perhaps she was having a cigarette when she died and dropped it on the bed.
I found no cigarette.
I'm merely offering my opinion.
I think we should.
Who
Right.
did Miss Lathan name as her new beneficiary?
Mr. Fordham, please. You know I couldn't possibly tell you that. There is such a thing as attorney-client privilege.
Tell me or I'll sneeze on you.
I'm aware of that. However, Miss Lathan is deceased. Therefore, it stands to reason that she is in fact no longer your client.
True, but her estate is still in my... I'm not going to betray her trust.
About.
I told...
Do you not find it suspicious, Mr. Usher, that Miss Lathan died under such mysterious circumstances only 4 months after naming a new beneficiary? You said yourself she was wealthy. Does it not make sense that someone might have wanted her inheritance?
I suppose it's not entirely out of the question.
Right. So tell me the name of Miss Lathan's beneficiary so I can determine if this was, in fact, a murder.
Very well.
Thank
It
you.
was a man named Roger DeVay.
There it
Do you have any
is.
information on where I can find him?
Only his address. It's 775 Pump.
That'll do nice.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
Let me just wash up again.
Don't get carried away with the hand.
Might end up like washer. Oh no. Okay. So we got the information we need from him, which is important. We can now leave. I shouldn't have to come back there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. I don't have to come back there. Let's go ahead and have... I don't know why it says Brentwell's magazine is still available. Maybe her?
Hello, ma.
Okay. Here's what we need to do.
What is it? Are you makes
She what? Do you?
I think
That's.
Here's what I want to know.
how
What?
certainly. Mike.
Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up.
I heard
Yeah.
Rod.
Well, not a very.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
if I mean-
mhm, mhm. Yep.
Mi-
There we go.
Has anyone?
Besides, Mary, although there was one fellow.
Oh,
Yes, the dark brooding type. I invited him to join. Turned out he was
oh,
nothing of consequence.
probably for the best he didn't join you for that drink then.
Okay, I'm finished.
Good.
Thank you, Adelaide.
Likewise, Miss. And she didn't. No.
Alright,
I'm heading out. It'll be.
great. So we have the various informations that we need. We have this. Means I can look at this.
There's all. Huh. It would be a good idea to take a sample.
Alright, cool.
Excuse.
Hi.
My which?
I'll make it quick.
How long?
Desiree, Wonderful Woman,
You
Portrait,
Yes.
Do you have
Death,
It's
a very shock, everyone loved her. I don't want to end it, I don't want to talk to him about that just yet. I want to investigate his house first. Because I don't want him to skedaddle and try to run. And also I want proof in the pudding.
Now that we've got some.
Alright, so put that in there. Then we're going to slam this down. Bonk. Wonderful.
Well, I wonder.
Da 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 da.
What do you?
We've heard this conversation before, is why I'm skipping through this.
Thanks.
Alright, cool. Great. So we know all the specifics of all of that, which is fine. What is this? Cool. What is with some of these accounts that are being made? I don't understand it. Okay. Alright, leave. We've got linseed oil. We've got that. Let's go to DeVay's residence first.
Did Usher give us the wrong address? This should be 775, but
No building here.
Is this?
Yeah, it would be.
Oh, I.
You can ask.
Do you?
Mom? Of course I know.
He-
Well, the rest of the time, I suspect me, I'd do the same.
I suppose the university would have plenty.
Oh, so he works at the university, does he? Probably best not to mention me to him. He gets
I'll.
Do you know?
Nah, I don't understand why. I always try
I
to be
don't got
perfect,
the
gentleman.
charm.
Guess it just don't got the charm.
Yep,
Oh, yes,
I'm sure
Roger,
that's
give
exactly
me a
it.
few pointers. He's a big hit with ladies, you know.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. They no sooner looks at him than they're falling at his feet. Real natural, that one.
No?
Never brings it back here, though. Always winds up staying with him. Getting a
Makes
free
sense.
meal and a soft bed out of it. Ah, well, the bohemian lifestyle ain't for everyone. Maybe someday my luck will change.
Bohemia.
I'm sure it will change the day he decides to take a bath.
What's your name?
Me?
Going
I'm
insane,
Herman
going.
Shaw.
How long have you been living here?
Oh, I've been here for ages. Since before the... They
Torn
pretty much
down.
forced us out, you see, but seemed like a good... That's not
Nowhere
so
else to
bad.
go.
Except for when it
Put
rained.
up a
but
bit
other than
more.
that,
There's some of that classic chum ingenuity.
Those delusions.
What happened to this place? Why was it condemned?
that building was old. There was
Yeah,
a
let me-
whole lot of it.
Why don't you
Go
go?
stayed.
You wouldn't be asking if you'd ever been inside one. It's...
But there's.
Well, sure, but out here, there's freedom. Nobody
Huh.
telling you what to do. Besides, this is my home. Just go...
You
I
look
guess
somewhat
that's fair.
Familiar. Didn't I see you?
Yeah,
Were you affected by the legend?
well, nobody I know was killed, if that's what you...
So why were you protesting the construction of the Lenore?
That Devons fella promised he'd buy us a meal if we stood in the crowd. And for a free meal, I'd do just about anything.
There.
Tell me about Roger's artistic pursuits.
Well, not much to tell, really. He used to paint all the time when he had his studio in the building that used to be here. He was good
Reasonable.
at it, too. Shame nobody ever bought his paintings. All that's left now are those 200. Why use the rest of his spare canvas to make...
How did Roger feel about?
Well, he didn't do a very good job of hiding it. He always used to say he'd find...
Odd. He told me he was content with the salary he got from it.
Truth is, old Roger's about as poor as Job's turkey.
Well, now,
I thank you. For,
Maybe...
I'll consider.
yeah, those aren't. I wonder if they're going to be used to keep. By chum. I used to draw funny pictures. Never did a lick of good. But hey, that's just like the one we had. These aren't in such.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Doesn't look best.
Okay. So we've gotten everything we can out of here. I'm glad that I went and checked that out. Does this guy have anything
I
new?
don't think that.
I didn't think so. What else can we go check out? I don't think there's much.
I don't think.
Yeah. I didn't think so.
May the spirit.
May the spirits guide you. Ooh. Okay, let's go talk to this guy. Hi.
Excuse me. Yeah. Could I ask? Yeah.
Is it true that Miss Lathan recently changed her will to make you her beneficiary?
Yes?
My understanding is she left you quite a significant sum.
I don't see how that's any of your business, but yes, she did. I'm very lucky.
Very lucky indeed.
Oh, I see what.
I never said anything of the sort, Mr. DeBay.
No, but I can see it in your eyes.
A guilty
Desiree
conscience.
considered me the son she never had, and she was like my
The son
second
she never
mother.
had,
I
huh?
would never, ever even.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've met your roommate, Herman.
I'm sure I have no. I have no.
Drop it for
I'll
now.
let you.
Right.
Okay.
well, it's fitting that Mr. DeVay is an artist because I.
Okay. So. Let's look. Spontaneous human combustion. Yeah, burned cloth, Angela Maxwell's testimony, that Lathan changed the will, there's linseed oil. Suspect is Roger DeBay. We're investigating. There's still this Peter. There's still this Peter person, Peter Andrews or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
That's
let's
it.
not end it yet. There has to be some way to check or find something.
I don't.
Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so nothing here anymore. Which means we need to go somewhere else. Where? Hold on. Actually, none of these can help us. This we might be able to get something out of.
No.
Let's
I'm
go back.
afraid I need to have.
Yep. Okay. This ash pile down here.
Just a pile of ash.
Nothing here.
Alas, poor dead. Come to think of it,
I
I don't think.
Bill.
What? This one's clean. There's a tattoo on her ankle.
Dancing
It
through
said-
life.
That's a nice portrait. The area where the
But the date is still legible.
Miss Lathan. As much as doesn't look. Nothing else.
There's nothing else
else.
in here.
Looks like this.
And the rug is interesting, apparently.
The flames must
Stain.
have been fairly hot. The flames must.
Stain like that.
Nothing else.
Okay. So there's still this Peter Andrews fellow.
No title. I doubt it's a.
Can we look at it?
Judging by these books, let's just hope we're. Judging by. Let's.
Da da da
Definitely.
da da.
You have to hand it to her. Just
They're coming from a mile away.
an invitation.
Honey, you know.
Seeing you come.
Great. Happy about that. Da 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 da. There has to be something.
I'll let you.
Work. It's
I'm
like,
heading out for now.
I wish
Heading
you'd
out
let me
for
fix your
now.
hair before.
It'll be fun.
it'll be fine. Okay. Ooh, so there's nothing else really.
Best not to bother him any.
Yeah, all of these are just look at the pain. Okay, so hold on. I mean, worst case, he's gonna tell me don't do this anymore.
Where dream. I'm guessing it's locked, but it probably only. These aren't half bad. Probably best not to disturb. Probably best.
I was going to accuse him. Sort of.
All the. I feel it. Probably best. Where dream. Probably.
Hi. So,
Welcome back.
I don't think that.
Elderly. Hands and feet usually fall off. Very little damage to things around the body. Residue of greasy and fetid ashes.
The plaque says Leonora Pattinson, seer. I never much cared for all. What a ridiculous contraption. The great man, he's dead now. That's probably...
I think I've seen one of these.
It's a spirit board.
Yeah.
We use it to...
Well, I've got a message from Miss...
I think I've seen.
Well, I've got a message from Miss Max.
Ever tries to
Must
use
be-
one of those,
There's quite...
remembers.
Those are some creepy twins.
Okay. Damn it.
May this...
I feel like there's gotta be something else, right? But it doesn't seem like it.
It can only be... I don't think... Empty. Confessions of a steam addict. For who? Useful for getting to those...
Hard to
For the
reach
publisher
places.
of a sensationalist rag, Brentwell is a front... Brentwell is a...
Damn it. Okay. But who is this Peter? There's nothing else I can do at any of these places. Well, let's just go wrap up the case then, I guess.
Got a moment?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh?
She was murdered by Roger DeVay, a professor of art at the university. DeVay befriended Miss Lathan and even painted her portrait, but his failure to establish a name for himself and to earn a living from his art was driving him mad. Miss Lathan cared for him as a son and recently changed her will, naming Roger as her sole beneficiary. Roger knew of this and decided killing Miss Lathan was the best way to solve his financial troubles.
And how did he manage to do so?
Desiree had given him a key to her apartment. While she was out at the Grand Dame's ball, he entered and left a pile of rags soaked in linseed oil under her bed. She arrived home drunk and passed out, unaware that the rags were growing hotter by the minute. Eventually, the oil burst into flames, burning the rag pile as well as poor Miss Lathan.
How awful. Well, I'll certainly pass along the information. What an astounding series of events. Although I'm sorry you won't be able to gloat to Snelling that you solved the case before his detectives did.
I mean, I
can
think
find
that's
other
what
means
happened,
of
but I don't know.
amusement, I think.
I don't
Good work,
like
Fordo.
have
As usual,
actual
I'll send
concrete
anything else your
proof
way as
of
soon as I
stuff,
get it.
and that makes me a little bit sad.
Roger DeVay,
Yes, what is it?
you're under arrest for the murder of Desiree Lathan.
Oh, I see.
Come with me. We need to ask you some questions at the station. And you up there, make yourself decent, would you?
Oh, I see.
Dearest,
There you are. I was starting to get worried you wouldn't make it
in time.
for dinner at the Rutherfords. I told you about it the other night, don't you remember?
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry.
How you haven't yet been presented a prize for Husband of the Year is
There's still time for you to get...
Why don't we spend a nice quiet evening?
We've had a quiet evening in every night for the past 3 weeks. I
okay,
need to
that's
get
fair.
out of the house.
Then go ahead without me. Please.
So you're just going to sit...
I'll probably just catch up on my reading. Maybe I'll get around to reading that story in Brentwood.
All right, suit yourself. I shouldn't be home too late, but don't wait up.
Have a wonderful
Cool.
time, my love.
alone.
If only I were.
Careful what you wish for, Mom.
Seeing as I won't, I think
Oh, you're gonna break your word?
nonsense. I'll be home in no time. It'll just be a quick drink to calm my nerves and get you out of my hair.
I think I need him.
Very funny.
So, that last classic example of murder, perhaps
Such
with
a
Roger in
shame.
jail? Miss Lathan's riches will go to a more...
Feeding the poor, probably
You're not listening
not.
to me. Oh, right. You've had 2 drinks already.
Copper for your thoughts?
Oh, I was just thinking about a story I read tonight in Brentwell magazine. It's called The Dissembling Mechanism.
Afraid not. Brentwell isn't really my type of magazine.
It isn't mine either, but my wife suggested I read it, and it struck a bit of a chord.
Go on then. What's it about?
I think it's...
The story concerns an inventor, a woman who's the greatest mind of the modern age. In this story, ethericity's been discovered, and the inventor understands and uses it in her work.
Ah, one of those fantastic speculative stories.
Anyway, this inventor spends her time creating mechanical wonders, the likes of which the world has never seen.
I didn't read it. Spells?
The inventor has a husband whom she loves dearly. One day, he meets a tragic end in a carriage accident. The inventor is
It might have been
devastated.
sibling. I don't
All
actually
too
know.
common in these types of stories.
Yes, well, as I mentioned before, the inventor is the greatest mind of the modern age. She spends weeks researching a way to bring him back. She toils for hours, forgetting to eat, neglecting her duties, forgetting her friends. Finally, she finds a way to repair his broken body with mechanical implants. Once that's done, she harnesses the power of ethericity and revives him from death.
Why would she go and do something like that?
Fueled by love.
Because the inventor's obsession was fueled by love. She cared so much for her lost loved one that she vowed to do everything in her power to save them from death. Unfortunately, things don't go well. The inventor brings her husband back, and at first he's confused, wild. With time and patience, she tries to ease him back into the world of the living. But gradually, she comes to realize that this person she's brought back isn't her husband. Not as he was, anyway. When she understands what she's done, she flies into a fit of madness, and she kills both her creation and herself.
How tragic.
She also leaves behind a note which closes off the story. I can still recall the exact words. This dissembling mechanism hath not the vital breath of he whom I loved. It is not him. I have formed but a vain, mocking shadow of what is forever lost.
That's one hell of a story, Miles.
As I said, it resonated with me quite deeply.
Same here. I can tell you, I'm glad that ethericity crap hasn't been discovered, or else this sort of thing won't just be in stories. You mark my words.
Yeah? I think
Yes,
so.
I suppose that's one way of interpreting it. I should probably be getting home.
One last gin for the road?
No!
why
No! God damn it.
It's later than...
Miles, I thought you said...
Nothing. I went out for a bit and lost track of time.
Miles, you're dead drunk.
No, of course I'm not.
Don't you dare keep lying to me, Miles. It's obvious. I can smell it on you.
But I'm not drunk. I only had 2, I think.
I don't care how many you had. You promised me this wouldn't happen again. Where exactly did you go tonight anyway?
I was at the Angel.
The Angel? But why would you go there?
I suppose I was just trying to relive the old days.
So why didn't you tell me you were going?
I don't know.
Miles, this has to stop. First it was that sleep medicine, now you've started to go out drinking yourself into a stupor after you explicitly promised me you wouldn't again. It's clear that you've been keeping something from me and using drugs and drink as a way to avoid dealing with it.
No, really, it's just...
No, Miles. I'm tired of the lies. I heard what you said when I came home from my appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. God forbid Adelaide ever find out about something. I wanted to think I'd imagined it, so I let it go. But I've come to realize just how wrong I was.
Addie, please.
Enough. No more excuses, no more lying. I just want to hear the truth. What is it you're not telling me?
I tell you, you'll think I'm crazy.
I can't tell you, Addie. I'm sorry, but if I do, you'll think I'm crazy.
Do you know what I think is crazy, Miles? The fact that you think it necessary to lie to your own wife. Am I to believe that for all these years you've never felt you could trust me?
Of course not. It's just that this is different.
A lie is a lie, Miles. And the bottom fact is you've been lying to me for months. Perhaps I was too naive or too distracted to see what was really going on, but you finally opened my eyes. This can't go on. I refuse to let it go on.
What are you saying?
She's leaving?
Get out, Miles. And don't come back until you're ready to tell me the
well,
truth.
that's a problem.
Addie, you don't mean that.
I do mean it, Miles. I don't care where you spend the night, but it's not going to be here. If you ever decide you want to tell me what's going on, I'll listen. But until then, just go.
Take me away from all my troubles. So far away.
I don't know what's going on, but okay.
From all the worries in my life. Who in the ether is calling at this time of night? Oh, Miles! Please come in. It's so nice to see you outside of work.
Oh,
Okay.
I get a hug and a kiss? Is that how it works now?
You put up your rough and tough attitude, but I know deep down you're really a kitten.
Upton, are you drunk?
No, of course not. I admit I like to have a glass of wine or 6 to unwind after work, but I can hold my own.
Well, I'm glad you're not, because I am.
Wait, what's going on? Is everything all right?
No, I'm afraid I've made a mess of things at home. Addie threw me out.
Oh, Miles. I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Not as sorry as I am, believe me.
What happened?
It's really not worth getting into. Let's just say I need to figure some things out about my life.
Don't we all?
Constance, I hate to impose, but
Of course you can stay here, Miles, as long as you need to.
thank you. I won't need much space. That chair in the corner should do nicely.
Are you sure? You won't be uncomfortable?
It's what I sleep in anyways, apparently.
I've slept in worse places, believe me.
All right. Well, I should probably be getting to bed. Early morning tomorrow and all that.
Of course. Have a good night, Upton, and thank you again for letting me stay.
Not a problem. Good night.
Yep. That seems legit and reasonable. 1 week later. Holy crap. What?
Election night. The perfect opportunity to switch out one rich swindler for another. Don't know why you're wasting your time. It's not as though the Prime Minister actually does anything. It's oddly quiet in here. Maybe my mustache drawing campaign.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, I am. Here's my registration card.
Very good, Mr. Ford. Go ahead and
Have
step
some
inside a booth.
fun.
Thank you, young.
I thought they were trying to encourage people. Yeah, at least you're already registered to vote. An ad for a brothel. At least they seem... A list of fools who think their opinion...
Safe. Let's vote. Atwood. Citizens of New Britain now vote for Atwood, vote for progress. Vespucci into the future. You want to be replaced by a machine. If you're someone you love and vote Hart Leroy. Politician Connor is trying to play you for a fool. Jobs are kept and strive to keep even more of them. Interesting. Let's go with Outwood. Curious.
Well, that's taken care of. Thankfully.
Huh.
What? My head is pounding. Damn withdrawal.
Actually, I think some.
Oh.
Knocking out the door. Oh, right. That makes more sense.
Good afternoon, miss. If you're looking for Miss Upton, I'm afraid she's not in right now.
No, I've already spoken with Miss Upton. I'm looking for Mr. Miles Fordham.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm Miles Fordham. What can I do for you, Miss?
Mrs. Emily Morgan. I have a problem, you see. Miss Upton said you'd be able to help.
I suppose you'd better come in.
Right. Help with what?
So, what seems to be the trouble?
It's my brother, Ronan Lespay. He was murdered 4 nights ago outside a tavern in the Jum.
Ah. On election night?
On election night?
Yes, I suppose it was.
Could you please tell me what happened?
The police took his body to the mortuary and investigated the crime scene, but they're out of ideas. I've been down there at the station every day, but they don't seem to care. All they've been able to determine was that it wasn't a robbery. My brother was a good man, Mr. I need to know why he was murdered.
Very well, Mrs. I just need to know where your brother was killed and where I might be able to contact.
He was found outside the Silent Raven. It's on Alewife Avenue on the west side of here. Take this. It's a...
I'd help you with your investigation.
And if you need to speak with me, it's here in Worcester at 15 Drummond Street.
Very good.
Thank you again, Mr.
Very good. That's all for now. Oh.
Well, this case has our names written all over it. Maybe it'll be good practice for finding the man.
The Justice Killer. Hart Leroy continues election celebration. Herbert Atwood in a stand-up set. Visiting the Thornbum Ironworks, in which he outlined his plans. Your jobs are safe. Over 73% of the vote. Preserving jobs and shunning for design factor. Lamplight was initially suspected. Art professor. Allegedly left rags. Will caught fire. Pure accidental. Thanks to a brilliant work of finance detectives. Great. There's the Maverick thing. Heard the gunshot. Found cause along with the word justice right on the blood on the wall of his parlor. Visual display, Justice Killer. Or as it develops.
Should have listened to your mostly cookbooks. Not a very. Therein lies Upton's boudoir. What a handsome couple. Looks like that umbrella's gotten some good use. It was quite the rainstorm. Some fool in a hat. I never understood the...
Okay. Well. Interesting.
Think in an instant, a man's life can be reduced to some scribbles on the filthy pavement.
Now's not the time.
What a mess. It's an ad for whiskey. Or perhaps...
Paint thinner.
These
Probably about the
advertisements
same
are all at
thing.
least
Alright. Let's go into Silent Raven, I guess. See what they have to offer us.
My, this grog shop looks pretty rough, even by chum standards. Doesn't look like cleaning up is. Looks like that's where they keep the good stuff. Of course, around here.
It's an extremely
Don't
relative
seem to have
term.
much.
Alright, I don't think I have much of an option here. I can talk to her.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Have you worked here? I see. Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
I ain't the friendly type.
Right.
Great.
Any thoughts on the...
Nah, couldn't care less, really. Doesn't matter who's in charge. My life ain't getting any better.
But it can certainly get worse with Leroy in office.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Were you working on...
Pal, I'm
So that's...
Christ on a cracker. Yeah. Yes, I was here on election night.
There's no need to be rude about it, madam. What can you tell me?
It's a bar. Sometimes people drink too much. I get the honor.
Sounds like you're not too quick.
I never. There may be rough days, but there's a lot worse I could be doing. Here, I get a place to sleep and a bit to eat and a few coins in my pocket if the customers are pleased. And you.
Oh, yes.
Good.
Where might I find...
You won't find him anywhere. He doesn't come around here.
Once a month.
Tell me what you know about the murder that...
Listen, chum. This was a polling place. We had gents coming in and out. I
Regular
was up to my
clientele.
ass in drink. Had to break up. So you'll excuse me if I didn't
something.
exactly.
Did you at least hear the gunshot?
No, I didn't. You tried distinguishing it.
You mentioned reg...
Oh, we get plenty of reg.
Which of them were
Random
here?
name.
I remember seeing 3 of the usual crowd. Then there was Sing. And how could I forget old Cormac?
Sound like an interest.
You know a man named...
Nah.
He was killed here 4 nights...
Oh, that one. Well, I never saw him. You with the police?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to help his sister find out what happened.
So are you done with the question?
Yeah, she's a shrewd business.
Second time.
Hey now, bucko. You've come. You want more in?
Right.
Come.
Don't get carried away.
There you are.
There's 3. Now then.
Tom. Not sure what his surname is. We call him.
Is that right?
Oh, I haven't a clue.
Does he associate with it?
I've seen him talking with Darius.
What can you tell...
Now that man is trouble.
Gone out
Why
a
do you
few
say he's trouble?
times.
His mind's affected by the
Ooh,
pop.
opium.
He can be gentle when he gets.
I see.
Don't know why you'd want to find him. I
House
believe it's
nearby.
on Crisparkle Lane.
And could you describe...
He's a rough-looking sort.
Excellent.
Okay.
Tell me about...
He's in here between you and me, Cormac states. I can
He stink?
Aye, he's a...
I see.
I believe he's...
If this is going where I think it is, then
Cool. So we got a few
appreciate-
people.
Yeah.
We got a few people we can talk to. And I think I'm done here. Alright. Let's get out of here. Because I don't think there's much else that's going to be useful there. We got an opium den, a water treatment station, and a bakery. Let's ooh, you know what? Let's save first. Let's do that. Okay. We're gonna save it like that. I'll be right back. I need to go get my kids lunch, so I will be back shortly. Alright. Let's see, what do we got going on? Go to the opium den for now.
I wonder how many layers of advertisements you'd have to cut through before getting to the wall.
All of them.
Crisparkle Lane. Nothing crisp or sparkly about it.
Might be if you take some opium.
Yes? What do you want?
Might I come in, please?
This is private property.
I'm looking for a man named...
Yeah, I don't know. So that's...
Nothing.
Stop.
I need to find the way into there. Bet money.
So this is what it's come to, eh? Braving the stench of human... Just make sure you... Some sort of water treatment device would be my guess. For all I... Another mysterious machine. I hope those are... Another
Probably
mysterious device. I was happier not knowing all this went on after I used the commode.
Begging your pardon.
What? Who are you? What are you doing down here?
My name's Miles Fordham. I'm looking for a sewer.
We needn't look no further. But what is this about?
I just have a few questions for you.
All right. Cormac will answer them. It can be dangerous down here for anyone who's not trained as Cormac is.
That's fair.
Do you frequent a pub called the...
Yes. The Raven is where Cormac goes to forget about the day's work. The barmaid, Nicole, she's a good sort. We likes talking about the ponies down at the track. Nikki
Are you sure you haven't been
racing.
huffing too much of
She
things?
gives Cormac drinks for cheap. In
And why are you
exchange for
talking
odd
about yourself in the
jobs.
third person?
Nice to have your own personal sewer man, I suppose. She's really the only one Cormac talks to. There's a few others Cormac sees often, but Cormac hasn't spoken with them.
Cripes. This guy goes on, doesn't he? To be fair, you were warned.
Is it difficult being a sewer worker?
Difficult? Nah, it's a dream. Especially since they introduced all these steam tech treatments and purification whatsits. The only thing Cormac's got to do is check the little dial never goes into the red on old Belinda.
Belinda?
Aye, the purifier. She's a real special lady who's made Cormac's life so much brighter. Cormac makes sure to thank her each and every day.
Wonderful. We're talking to a loot.
Wasn't so easy a few years ago. Back then it was
tapping on pipe
to make sure they was flowing fine and not blocked. Cormac would take his little hammer and tap, tap, tap on the pipes to make sure they was ringing fine. You can imagine what that was like. Tap, tap, tap. Ring, ring, ring.
I can tell you might have lost a few
over
screws
and over. The
in
tapping
the process.
stopped, but the ringing never left. Still hears it to this day, Cormac does.
I believe that's called tinnitus.
Do you have any opinions regarding the election?
Cormac hears lots of things about Atwood, but he's the one what's got this new machinery put into the sewer system. There's still a job for Cormac, so all the talk about being replaced by machines is just talk, for now. But Leroy says he wants to give the workers their fair chance, so Cormac can't argue with that. What about you?
I would have preferred Atwood stay in office myself.
Bah, they's all the same in the end. One way or another. No point worrying, says old Cormac.
They are pretty much all the same.
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Cormac knows few men. People don't much like talking to a man who spends his days in the sewers. Can't really blame him
fair.
for it. It's hard to get a stink off, so why bother even trying?
You didn't answer my question, though. Do you know Ronan Lespay or not?
Could you describe him? Cormac's got a better memory for faces than for names.
I have his portrait. Here, have a look.
Ah, yes. Cormac saw this fellow recently.
On election night?
That's right. He come into the bar, voted, went out. Looked drunk to Cormac, but then everyone at that place usually is.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place outside the Silent Raven on election night?
Murder? Ah, yes. The commotion out in the alleyway.
That's right. Did you see or hear anything?
It was a touch noisy that night, what with all the election stuff happening, but Cormac remembers the sound of the gun. One shot, and then shouting and hollering from the bar. A few people run outside to look at what happened, but Cormac just stayed in his seat and finished his whiskey.
So you didn't see the man who was shot, or who shot him?
No, keeps to himself, Cormac does. Makes life easier that way.
Could he be any more unhelpful? Actually, it's probably best not to find out.
I'll let you return to your work.
Be mindful on your way out.
Fair.
Well, you could use a bat.
Probably not.
Let's not. Another mistake. Handy to know where you are. But why would anyone actually travel around?
Not be seen. We're going to Morgan.
All right, Mr. Chavez. The cake and muffins come.
There you are, Mrs. Morgan.
My
Enjoy.
Pardon me, sir.
Excuse me. I might smell like the sewers.
I'm sure Barbara will enjoy them. The cow. Oh, Mr.
Thank you, Mrs.
Okay.
Have you got time for a...
Yes.
So...
My husband Gerald and I have had...
Is it just the two...
Alas, no. Some extra hands would be most welcome. It's such a shame that Ronan never got to be an uncle.
What are your thoughts on the...
Oh, I haven't given it much thought, to be honest. It hardly seems to matter now.
Yes, of course. My apologies. What can you tell me about your brother?
Ronan was the best brother anyone could have asked for. He took care of me after our parents died. Carriage accident. I was only 9 and he was 13. Ronan went out and found work and managed to support the both of us.
Good
he
on
was
him,
just a child
I
himself,
guess.
but he kept us out of the gutter. Or worse, the workhouse.
How did you hear of his death?
Ronan comes by to visit me every day after he finishes work. When he didn't come for 2 days in a row, I got worried. I went to his apartment, but so I made a Yesterday they come.
I'm terribly
Thank you, Mr.
Deserve so much better.
What sort of...
You know, he'd go to work, come visit me afterwards, and go home. He didn't have much of a... I always hoped Ronan would meet him.
Where did Ronan...
At the Grips Home Taxidermy Shop in Gascone. Bit known.
Lovely.
Can you give me the...
It's at 11.
That would be most...
Thank you.
What do you know?
Only what he was shot at close range. Nothing was missing, and his wallet had money in it. I didn't recognize the clothes he was wearing. I had never... I still can't believe he's gone.
Dr. Edwards at the mortuary might be able to give us some more detailed information.
Great.
Those are all the...
All right.
All right.
A very wise man once told me, never go a bunch of assorted baking products. Those look nice, but given the choice...
Alright, let's leave. Okay. So we got some new places we can go. First off, let's go to the police station.
I was beginning to...
Well, wonder...
Oh, I see how it is. He helped you...
That's just the way it goes, Upton. Maybe next time you should pick a nicer coffee house.
Right. You know the...
Well, that's a... Can we talk?
Certainly.
What happened?
You have to ask. Snelling was not happy. He was a right inquisition around here.
So?
I'm afraid so. I managed... He thinks someone on the force is speaking to the Gazette.
Well, that's some... I'm sorry you...
Oh, don't... Well...
Maybe worry about me a little bit. Okay. Hi.
I hope I'm not interrupting. Have you got time?
Of course.
Questions, blah, blah, blah.
So what?
Caucasian male, approximately 27 years old. Died of blood loss as a result of being shot at close. He was brought in 4 nights ago. I performed the post. After that, his next of kin was contacted.
Any personal opinions?
Well, the fact he was shot at such a close range would suggest it was done by... And robbery doesn't appear to be a motive, since his wallet was found. Beyond that, you'll get...
Better, I hope.
What are your thoughts?
There was an...
I think our friend Edwards needs...
There was an election?
Things have been pretty dead around here lately.
Don't quit your day job, Edwards. Did the postmortem...
Quite a few. Mr. Lespay was extremely inebriated when the shooting took place. There was enough alcohol in his blood to presume he had been drinking for hours before his death. I also managed to remove the bullet from his heart. It's a .36 caliber lead ball, standard revolver shot. It shouldn't be too hard to match to a weapon, provided you can find it.
Good.
Did you notice anything unusual about the clothes, Mr. Lespect?
Unusual? Not really. They seemed a bit big for him, but that's all.
His sister seemed convinced.
That's a distinct possibility, but I couldn't say for sure.
So no murder?
That's right. Either the killer still... If you happen across any weapons in your investigation...
Thank you, Ed.
I'll be bullet. Great. Fantastic. Alright, so... We've now got the point where we can... If we find any weapons, we can bring them to him. And he will check to see if they match. Alright. The Chernobyl liquidation. That sounds tasty. Let's go to the... Yep. Why?
Quite the collection of exotic items in here.
Or at least no...
Locked. Just looking at... This one is scary. Wait a moment. I think I saw something shiny.
How about...
Great.
Ronan's book collection mostly consists...
Opium use. Trying the dragon. Understand what exactly about a train. A shocking experience. Has been known to be used as a way of proving oneself in a group. Chances are it might be baijiu, clear liquid usually distilled from fermented sojum. Face down in the back alley.
No title, and it appears it's in another language.
Huh. I got bookworm out of that. Okay. Alright, so that's good to know, though.
I didn't know. I guess Ronan was...
Alright. Well, let's open this then, I guess.
Now to find out what This one appears... Looks like you found Ronan's journal. Ooh, this teacup could use a model of the... They appear to be a pair of...
There's your request for an extension. Until next month, you've always been a reliable tenant. I understand we all go through financial difficulties, but I'm afraid I can't extend my generosity beyond the end of 2 months. Please have the rent ready by then. No choice but to seek legal action against you. John will be separate in a year, like you invited you to spend it with us. All my love. Next week we will be here since we met. I can honestly say my life has changed for the better in every possible way, and I will always hold July 8th. I can't wait to see you again.
It's empty.
July 8th.
There are 2 entries, one from this...
So?
July 8th, 1843. I've decided stuffing animals has taken its toll, and I need to talk to some... Gerald told me about a place called the Crimson Cat. Now, July 8th, 1840. I love him, but I wish he wasn't so attached to that place. Emily is so nosy, I worry that she might follow me and discover... If we moved around, I wouldn't worry, but with him, it's always... I really shouldn't complain, though. What we have...
Well, it seems that our best hope of finding this...
Okay.
Let's see. February 24th. These long periods away are the most difficult. My solace is that he will return with plenty of tales. November 9th, Last night I had a frightening dream where fire rained from the... I'm just going to...
Okay.
A model...
Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. So we know about the Crimson Cat. Let's head out of here. There's the Crimson Cat. Go to taxidermy place first.
Hello, and welcome to the Gripsome Taxidermy Shop. Please let me know if I can be of service.
Is that supposed to be a lion? Reminds me of the one in the Dupre house. There's a small button on the back.
Excuse me for a second.
Welcome. Please enjoy our displays and be sure to consider just a reminder, we stuff animals only.
I wonder how many people it took. There's a small button.
Oh no.
Just when I thought I'd see.
Steam powered.
Exotic dead. That leads into a room with even more dead.
Even more dead things. Wonderful. Alright, let's talk to the boss or whoever this is.
I was wondering if...
Of course.
I was told
You are
Ronan Lespay
so
lives here.
pale.
Do you know him?
Ronan? Yes, of course. That is to say,
It's
I
like
know he
hard to
works
look
here.
at you.
I haven't had much
Are
interaction
you on
with
by
him.
now?
He mostly keeps to himself.
Does he have an office or workspace?
Now, wait just a minute. Why would I let some random stranger off the street?
Because I'm a private investigator.
Well, even if that is the case, Ronan does have a workspace, but it's...
And there.
So how did you get there?
Oh, it isn't a terribly exciting story, I'm afraid.
Just on
I never expect...
I'm sure he's amazing.
Extremely amazing.
I'd really rather not talk about it. I don't know how the people of this country could put someone like Hart Leroy...
I know what you mean. Leroy may be a champion of the common man, but Atwood's vision for the future is more...
I couldn't agree more. Leroy wants to forsake all the technological advances of the last decade and take us back to the Dark Ages. Next thing you know...
I doubt he'd go to such...
Perhaps we should drop the subject.
Anything you can tell me?
Plenty! This is new, unlike other taxidermists.
Modern
We work
technology,
with
results,
using
steam tech, illusion
Just
of
take a look
life.
at our floor samples. Well, the parrot does at least. I think it would frighten our customers. And once ethericity is harnessed as a viable source of energy...
This guy is way too
Yeah.
Moving on.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered for... That's what I'm current... Do you know if Ronan had any enemies?
No. But
so
now
much.
that I think about it, I did...
Tell me about...
At the time, I didn't think much of him. But the more...
What did he
Been
do?
very
He just
suspicious.
stood outside across... It was as though he was...
Do you remember what this...
I didn't get a very good look at him. He was tall and had a heavy build. He had a beard, I think. And as far as I can recall, he was wearing... I'm sorry, I can't give you a better description.
It'll have to do. Thank
Could
you for
be
your...
Jimbo.
That leads in...
Even more dead things. Good. Lovely this. So happy. Love to see it. Where's this? Hold on. Wait. Okay. We need to go to the Crimson Cat. Yes.
Ah, the Crimson Cat. One of my
There he
favorite
is.
underground clubs. Ooh, I spent some wild nights here. Which reminds me, I wonder if Stefan is still working the bar these days. Looks like they've got Bollingworth, Millhopper, and Brooklyn Lager. I like the selection. This place has been around for quite some time. That well-dressed feline is... Call me old-fashioned, but I've always felt the piano should be played...
Just don't have any soul.
Looks like a view of Claremont Street. Seagrave's Stash
Oh, God.
high-quality
I
mustache.
have a burp bubble.
You know, I always wondered what you'd look like with a mustache. Attention customers. It's nice to see this establishment. Good old bowling. Well, fine.
Great. Hi.
Beg your pardon. Your name wouldn't happen to be Jimbo, would it?
Yeah?
Miles Fordham.
Can a guy enjoy his shore leave without being harassed by...
I didn't say you had. And I'm most certainly not the law.
All right, fine.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
Where does the name Jim...
It's just a nickname. My real name's James Bowcroft.
And what is it you do?
I'm a sailor. I thought you detective types, shouldn't you be able to tell me what my occupation was?
Sorry to disappoint. Perceptiveness is important in my line of work, but I'm also just a man.
I think perhaps Jimbo has been reading too many of those detective stories in Brentwood.
Maybe. It's very possible for that. Lexi?
Not really. I'm usually way at sea, so I don't keep up with politics. The sea's got her own laws. Anyway, I can't vote, so it's really none of my concern.
But you're still affected by the decisions.
Not very fair, is it, Mr. Fordham?
No, I suppose it isn't. You know Ronan?
I knew him, yeah.
Knew him?
He and I haven't spoken recently. In about a month, actually. Things didn't go so well last time.
How do you mean?
Let's just say we didn't part on the best of terms. He made it very clear that he didn't want to speak to me again.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered?
What? No, when?
He was shot outside a tavern.
Chumley? What was he doing there?
I was hoping perhaps you could tell me.
I honestly don't know. Ronan hardly went out, and he especially never crossed the river.
Why was that?
I think he was just too scared of the world to go out and see it for himself. He was happy enough reading about it in his books or collecting things I brought him back from my travels. Honestly, that's what I liked most about him. He was just an average, boring man. It was just the sort of balance I needed in my life.
That's pretty much the exact same reason I always enjoyed working with you, Miles.
That's rude.
You and Ronan had a special relationship, didn't you?
Mr. Fordham, we're in an underground club. You don't have to tap dance around it. Yes, Ronan and I were a couple, at least up until last month.
What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
We had a misunderstanding. Ronan thought I had been seeing someone else. He was extremely jealous. I tried to explain that he had it all wrong, but he wouldn't hear me out. I was going to give him some time to cool off, but, well, that's not going to happen now, is it?
If it's any consolation, I found a letter you wrote him, which he still kept in his desk.
Damn. Thank you for telling me that.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right.
He won't have anything.
Okay, so, Riding the dragon. A ton at any of these. Hold on. I wonder if I can talk to this guy again about Jimbo.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Because I have a feeling that Jimbo's the one who is standing outside, but it doesn't seem like I can talk to him about it. You probably won't let me talk to you. Oh, you will.
Right.
I wonder if you could tell me if you saw a man of this description. He's tall, strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Oh, hi. Cormac remembers seeing a fella like that.
What was he doing?
Kept going in and out of the bar. When he was inside, he stood near the voting booths.
And when he was...
That, Cormac couldn't.
Did you notice that?
Yes. Cormac noticed him come in and speak with Nicole.
Is that right?
Interesting.
Be more.
Interesting. Maybe I don't have to go to the opium den. Let me go to the Silent Raven. Hey, Nicole. A little bit more of a question to ask you.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
I was given the physical description of a man, and I was...
Perhaps.
He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Bit vague, wouldn't you say?
I was afraid that might be the case. Did you notice anyone of that description? Is that right? Because Cormac told me he saw you speaking with someone of that description shortly after the murder occurred.
And you believed him? Cormac's a good sort, but he's not exactly reliable.
I'd say he's twice as reliable as you are. Now tell me the truth, or I'll have you in as an accomplice to murder.
All right, relax. I don't know the man by name, but he came to me after the commotion outside and paid me a few... I didn't ask any more questions, and I wasn't about to refuse.
That's not good enough. I need some way to find this man.
Well, I did notice he had a scar on his left but that's...
I suppose that'll...
Crook.
I appreciate...
Shepherd's crook. Alright.
He won't.
He doesn't have a shepherd's crook. Maybe I can talk to you. Might you know something?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that. It's just a feeling. You're not gonna have any words for me? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go to the other place.
Should have listened.
Right. I didn't think there would be anything there, but Might as well go stop by and see what's going on. Okay. Hello. I'm here to ride that dragon.
I was told this was the place to come if I wanted to ride the dragon.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so? Please, come in.
I'm gonna get wham blasted. There's Darius.
Now I see why. Poor horse. She's not gonna be much help. At least they provide their fans. Now.
Excuse me, I'm looking.
Well, look no.
I'll stand if that's all right.
Questions are the path to enlightenment. And but will a cage bird sing?
Wonderful. He's as high as a kite.
Shepherd's Crook.
Do you often come to this establishment, Darius?
Oh, yes. This place is better than any doctor or hospital. It has exactly the
cure.
I'm ill, sir. Just as you are. Just as
Terrible
we all
disease known as life. Okay, buddy, listen.
Life. But spend a few hours in here with the intoxicating neck.
What can you tell?
I would have thought that was this place.
Do you have many friends there?
Yes. Someone who drinks with you? My father used to tell me that the only two friends you had were your mother. Well, both of those.
I don't know, sir. I'm just...
The barmaid, Nicole. She gets mad at me sometimes when I break things.
He's alright.
Have you ever conversed with a...
Singing?
I'm not sure. I was just told he was called Singing Tom.
That's the man.
In here.
Tom is a child of the...
Do you know where I might be?
Yes. He's the choir master at St. Denis Cathedral.
You mean to tell me we have to...
Wonderful. They got me another thing.
Please, why should I care who leads the government?
Is this
Who are they, please? Don't know.
Are you familiar?
I know many men. But this man you...
I have a ferret.
Forgive me, but my...
Well, he's... Too bad there's no way to snap him out of it.
I was wondering if you could tell me whether you... He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black.
Lots of people like that, but... Now that...
How so?
I remember one of the times he came in, he was adjusting his hat. I could have sworn when he took it off for just a moment.
How is that strange, exactly?
Because his beard was jet black. It was the oddest... Well, it was the oddest thing I'd seen. Until his beard slid halfway down his face.
I see.
Wonderful. This testimony again.
No, that's useful.
Do you know anything about the murder outside the Silent Raven on...
Murder?
It was.
That would explain the commotion, as well as the sound.
Yes, it would.
So you heard the gunshot?
I did. I thought it might have been one of the voting machines making a noise. But then there were shouts, and people began to
run. Did you see or hear anything?
I seen a name.
Well, how
Priscilla.
about that? He's managed to be of some use after all.
And does the name Priscilla...
Afraid no.
Priscilla.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Great. That's actually kind of useful. Okay. Alright. Someone shot the name Priscilla. Shepherd's Crook. Red hair. Okay. Close. Okay. Okay, bye. Cool. Wait, can I talk to Edwards about the murder? Hold on. You.
I don't think...
Just said... Speak to Dr. Edwards about... Oh my god, I hate it here.
This assorted... I remember... Seems to be him. I feel sorry for... Edwards key... I'd say being... Imagine... Nice pair
of legs.
This... It's important. I wonder if Edwards ever got around to fixing this typewriter.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'm not talking to Edwards then. He is unneeded. Unnecessary, one might say. Alright. Let's get out of here. We need to find something. realistically, I guess talking to him is probably going to be the next best thing.
This is one intriguing chest.
About arousing suspicions. Prayer candles.
Prayer candles? People think lighting one of these. Also, what happens if they go out? Shh. What? The more I think about it, the more I want to test my theory about.
Oh God, no. No. Do not. No.
This looks like the. This angel looks like it would throw its lamp at you as soon as.
Okay.
What a racket. I'm glad you're not a.
Talk to Tom.
I beg your... Miles Fordham, private investor.
Question?
No, Mr. Puffin.
That is a hairstyle.
How did you become quiet?
Oh, well, once I completed my studies, I began writing symphonies in hopes of securing a patron. So, I decided to focus on choral compositions. I said a few pieces to the bishop.
And you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, sir. Immensely. I'm able to continue composing songs for... I take my church.
What else do you do besides...
Just a few things.
Here and there, the election.
All right.
Leroy. He beat...
Oh, I suppose that's good.
What were you doing?
Election night.
It was 4 nights ago.
Oh, you have to understand.
Well, isn't that...
Do try to remember.
Well, I know. And then...
Do you reckon...
Is that... No.
What is it?
Well, for a moment, I thought it was someone else.
So you don't...
Afraid...
His name is... Or rather...
What?
He is.
Well, I hope you...
Thank you.
Does the name...
Priscilla.
The name has come up in my investigation.
No, it isn't. I don't know anyone.
He certainly seemed concerned.
Do you know anything? Yes.
Murder.
How long were you at the race?
Not very long, I don't think. I went, voted.
Do you recall what you did?
Not specifically. Probably.
Are you in the habit of using...
What? Why would you think that?
I met your friend Darius. He told me you share a pet.
All right, yes, I do.
From time to time?
More like... Have you found the drug has had any adverse effects?
I admit I'm not quite as... But without it,
Is that...
I fell off a horse when I was 15.
Back's
The
not been
doctors haven't
right.
been able to... I
No
wish that...
comfort.
It might be worth seeking a more professional...
I'll let you resume your...
Probably would be more useful. I kind of want to do the candles, but I kind of feel like it's a horrible life decision. Okay, let's go talk to him about Priscilla.
Do you know any...
Frankly, I'm surprised it's not...
I'll let you...
Be more...
Appreciate it.
I don't think...
Yeah. Figures. Alright. Opium Den, here we come.
Leave him be. She...
Okay, then he can't help with Priscilla.
Hello, Jimbo.
Okay.
Does the name...
Yes, that's my ship. The SS Priscilla.
I see.
Of course. He always used to ask me to bring him back some exotic souvenir.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Interesting, but why would he say Priscilla? Why did he seem the other guy seem concerned about it?
Have you got time?
Yes.
Priscilla.
Did Ronan know...
Priscilla? Who is she?
Just a name that's come...
I wonder if...
Oh, boy.
Are you familiar with someone who goes...
No.
A friend of...
No. As I told you, I didn't... I especially don't recall...
Those are all the questions.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I never had much of a sweet tooth, but even minor detail.
Minor detail. If you were alive, you might still suffer some sweetness. Okay. Let's ask Upton some things.
Can we...
Certainly.
You wouldn't happen to know...
Probably nothing more than you already know. I suggest
The election?
that it was.
I can't say I agree, but I'm not really surprised. Leroy may have started as something of a dark horse, but his camp died.
Yes, well, it's the Steam Tech issue that clinched it. When something like the Lygia happens, people start to...
You have to admit, he was playing up on people's fears.
Fordham, since when have...
Upton, I need you to put out a bulletin.
Oh?
I don't know his name.
All right, could you describe...
He's tall, with a low...
All right.
I'm certain it's...
All right. Do you know of any...
Yes, he has a scar on his left cheek.
Good. All right, All right.
Upton?
Hello, Giles.
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in the jail fitting your description perfectly.
You don't say.
Yup. Name's Harvey Presser. Got picked up a couple of days ago.
Thank you, Giles. You heard the man, Fordham. You've got yourself...
O Street. Can I talk to Edwards about the murder now? Murder, she wrote. I can.
Yes?
Opium effects.
You know...
Quite a great deal, unfortunately. Most people use it to calm the nerves or relieve pain.
Such as...
It depends, really. Most common are sweating, but more serious cases can lead to hallucination, violent mood swings. I just had a case in here a few weeks ago who died from an opium overdose. It wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound like it.
Anytime.
Okay.
I'll be going.
Take care.
That is important information. I don't think either of those guys had anything to do with it, honestly. This Presser fellow, though. I am curious about this Presser fellow. All right.
Fordham? You look even...
We can't all manage to...
What brings you back?
I'm looking to...
Presser? I just got off the horn with Upton about him.
Then I suppose it's lucky I...
Suppose...
What was he brought in?
He's the suspected leader of a cooping gang. Makes me glad I didn't bother to vote. All those dirty politics.
And people wonder why nothing in...
Harvey.
Who's...
Miles.
What do you want?
Just a few minutes of your...
Hardy ha. Ask what you want, but I'm not...
I hear you were arrested for leading a cooping.
I don't have to tell...
Do you recognize the man?
Should I?
His name is Ronan Lespay. He was shot outside the Silent Raven on election night.
That's a real shame.
Are you saying you know nothing about the murder outside?
Not a thing.
Is that right? Because I've spoken to at least 3 people who swore they saw you there that night.
Yeah, and you're not police, so that doesn't...
This guy's starting to get on my nerves.
That's all the question.
Good.
Let's not...
Okay, so he doesn't have anything for me.
He won't...
Nothing there.
I don't think he'll...
Fine. God, I hate all this. He's just running around and being like,
Leave him be.
Okay, so I've exhausted those conversations for the moment. Let's go to the Silent Raven.
What up? To think in an...
Now's not the...
She will talk to me again.
Excuse me. Does the name...
No.
I appreciate...
Yeah.
Doesn't look like...
Okay. Probably won't have anything for
Nothing
me.
new to add.
That's what I figured. Well, not here. That's all I wanted. Damn it. Ah! Police station. There we go. Okay. Upton.
Can we talk?
Certainly.
Upton, what do you have on...
Give me a moment. Here we are. He was picked up in a bar in Chumley after being identified as the leader of a coup.
So much. Anything?
Not much.
That might be worth looking.
It's 5885.
Ah, wonderful. Maybe afterwards you can...
I would love to pick out a room.
I'll let you get...
Okay. So we know where he lives now. That will be helpful. There it is.
Just a moment. Yeah? What do you want?
Ooh, she doesn't look like the type to take any guff.
Mrs. Presser?
Well, he's not here. Who?
My name's Miles Fordham. I just have a...
All right, come in. But try and keep it down.
Don't want her being disturbed.
A man's coat. Seems Harvey wasn't expecting. Some of those modern steam cleaners. If they use them in this... Presumably that goes into the...
Or closet, or both.
Seems to be a notice from the bank threatening to foreclose on this place if they're late on their rent payment again. It seems peasants...
Peasant soup. Okay. I should have saved. Oh well.
Mrs. Presser?
Yeah. What?
So what do you do? What?
Hang on there. What do you...
I merely wanted to know a bit more about you, that's all.
Is that your game? Asking innocent ladies about themselves so...
She doesn't have to worry about being...
No, you know what? Just... What does your husband do?
Harvey? He's a traveling salesman. Sells
Steam-powered
cleaners like the ones in the corner there.
Oh?
Doesn't make much money on account of most people being afraid of steam tech, but Harvey tries his best to provide for me and little man. The job takes him out of town for days at a time, but we get by.
And that's all he does?
What are you asking?
No, not at all.
Oh, look, another husband keeping secrets from his wife. There are a copper a dozen around here.
Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm glad that no good high muck-a-muck Atwood was voted out. Maybe now they can finally get to work on that bridge to Gascon we've been promised for so...
But won't Leroy's opposition to steam
Maybe, but Harvey's always managed to land on his feet. If it comes... I was never too keen on him selling those contraptions anyway.
Is your daughter?
She's just come down with a bit of something. I've been giving her regular doses of Pink Bladder's Miracle Tonic. I'm sure she'll be back to tearing the house ticks after her father.
You know a man named...
Never heard.
And you've never seen the man?
Nope. And I'm glad I haven't.
I don't have any more questions.
Good.
God.
Some of those It seems... Presumably that... A man's coat.
Doesn't...
Seems to be a notice...
Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, so maybe now we can talk to him. Hello.
A few more... What? I had a little chat with your wife. You have a lovely family.
Mildred? How did you...
I may not be with the police anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't still get the information I need.
You didn't tell her about me being in jail, did you?
Don't worry. It was quite obvious your wife has no idea what you're involved in. As a man who values discretion, I thought it best not to shatter her illusions.
That's awfully decent of you.
Sure is.
Of course, I might change my mind, unless you start to cooperate.
I have to say, Miles, you've become a real natural at this tough cop role.
All right,
What the hell's going on,
I'll
game?
talk. Just leave my family out of it.
Yeah.
Is this...
Yeah, actually. Suppose you think I'm just some criminal scum. I'm not a bad man, mister. You've met my family.
I suppose no good deed...
You can say...
Do you recognize...
Yes, I do. That's Mr. Lespay.
And how is it...
I was assigned to watch him and then pick him up.
Assigned?
My employer.
I don't care about your employer. What I care about is what you were doing with Mr. Lespay.
Well, it was a cooping scheme. He was one of the people I was...
Tell me more.
I got paid to find men to vote for Atwood. Simple, really. Once I found a good mark, I followed him a bit, knocked him out, then took him to the coop, a little room I rented near the Raven. I had about 5 men on election night, including the spay. Got them all liquored up and walked them over to the polls. Once each of them voted, we'd walk back over to the coop. I'd change their clothes, maybe give them a fake beard, and walk back for another vote. Did it for myself, too, so people would be less likely to notice. Kept it up for a few hours, until the murder.
Tell me what you know about the murder outside the Silent Raven.
The most important thing I can tell you is that I didn't kill him.
Do you know who did?
Not a clue. I was inside the bar when I heard the gunshot. I went outside to see what had happened and found the spay on the sidewalk.
And what happened next?
What do you think? I panicked. He was in my care. I wasn't expecting anyone to get killed.
I think Mr. Presser has a wildly different definition of the word care.
Yeah. I went inside and gave the barmaid 10 crowns. Then I went back home. Told my wife I was going away on a business trip. Good thing I did, too. I might get out of this with her none the while.
What makes you so sure they'll let
me? I'm just a small fish, but I could talk and...
Quite the shrewd negotiator, this one.
That's all the question.
Good.
Alright, so it wasn't him.
He's watching you like a...
Okay. Interesting. So now we're back to no information. Alright. 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 Let's try going to St. Dennis. There we go.
What a racket. I'm glad you won't be much more help right now. This is one intriguing...
Okay, you know what? I have to know. What happens? Is that it? Nothing? I hope you made a wish. I guess I might have. I don't know.
Nothing new to ask.
I don't have anything then.
Just looking at... No title. It's in another language. Ronan wasn't too concerned with comfort.
There wasn't really anything else in here.
Model of the SS Joondalup.
Joondalup.
Ooh, this teacup could use a washing.
October 21st, 1840. I don't think this ended. February 24th. These long periods away are my solace is February 24th. Last night, I'm just going to... November 9th. Last night I had a frightening... March 11th, 1844.
Probably best to...
Agreed. June 17th, 1843. Someone stuffing it was quite a challenge as the... I think I'd... October 21st. I don't think... November 9th. Last night. February 20th. June 17th. February 20th. October 20th. October... February...
I figured that was just gonna keep looping and stuff like that.
Empty safe.
Okay. Fine. There's nothing else in here.
Can we talk?
Certainly.
Okay.
I'll let you...
Huh.
I don't.
Yeah. They'll only really be useful if I'm able to get a, better weapon. Excuse me. Pardon me, again. This. That's Silent Raven, I guess, again.
Now,
what she.
I don't have anything in Silent Raven. Opium Dim Boy's useless. All three of those guys seem to be useless now. Taxidermy is useless. Maybe Jimbo?
He won't have.
Right. I'm trying to think where I can go.
Just... Oh.
Okay.
I think we've pested. She... Some of those modern steam clean. Presumably that
I kind of wish that I could have taken a look at the jacket, but probably nothing in there.
Let's not.
Nothing there. Probably nothing here.
Leave him be. I don't think.
I don't have anything anywhere.
Nothing new to. No point in.
Okay. But none of. There's nothing over here. Either of these help. Either of these help. Probably. A rifle? Oh, yeah. One thing I can think of is maybe this.
Certainly.
Excuse me.
I'm guessing.
I have to so I can still try and help.
I'll let you get back.
And
He's useless.
Assorted lab.
So, what do I need to go explore?
Prime Minister App will be.
It seems like I've explored everything now. Being honest. She doesn't want anything from me.
Nothing new to ask her. I never had minor detail. The stuff in that day-old box. The bunch of us. Those look. A very wise. The bunch of assorted. Nothing.
Oh, let's leave. But again, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do then. Why can't I talk to him now?
Did I have another? Yeah.
Hi.
It seems that all the prayer candles have gone out.
Have they? Blast, I keep saying. Excuse me.
Let's hope this.
Just know with your last letter made me giggle with delight. I just can't stop thinking of the day we can finally make our dreams come true. So together as man and wife, I think it would be just the most Splendid idea to get a puppy. I've already begun thinking of names. How does Wolfie sound? All my love, P. Ned? Why would you keep that there?
Could I have another moment of your... Yeah. Do you know anyone named Ned?
Ned? Well, yes, I do. My nephew, Ned Bunkridge.
Your nephew?
Yes, why do you ask?
Where might I find Ned? I'd like to speak with him.
Is everything all right? I always tell him just because he's training his body.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, well, he lives in Lyon at 511 Parkside.
Right.
Great. Parkside Terrace.
I'll let you
Thank you.
Blessed day, sure, why not? I love it. That's I had to blow out the count. Interesting.
Thank you, my good man.
Well, you take a look at this place and take a look at him. Maybe you should consider doing some training yourself.
Not getting any younger. Okay, for gonna get punched. Ouch. There we go. Perfect.
What in the ether is that? And again, so does look at it. This seems to be. Oh, look, maybe you can slip these on and go a couple. And after that expert knockout you delivered Officer Grant. Just what I thought I'd.
Contraption.
Some kind of. Makes you wonder if old Nettie boy. Just.
All right.
Excuse me, Mr. Bunkridge.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Hey, thanks so much for that follow.
Private investigator. Your valet let me in.
Good day.
Of course. What can I do for you?
I have a few questions for you, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, all right. I could use a bit of a rest anyway.
Interesting. All right.
Tell me about your uncle.
You know,
I've met him, yes. He's the one who told me where...
Oh, well, my uncle is...
Interesting, man.
I really wish you would take... I
Take
have
care
a
of
feeling
himself.
that he's on some sort...
What gives you that?
Well, most of the time he acts completely
Goes work
normal.
visits with me.
He goes to work,
Goes to
but
your guy.
some days his mood
Was very
changes.
solitary.
One time I went to visit him. I heard him yelling along. It only happened once, but it worried me.
Ooh,
I hope Tom isn't in any sort of trouble.
Opium is one hell of a drug. It's a good thing you never got to that point with the soporific, or Adelaide would have thrown you.
Are you all right, miss?
Yes.
What?
You're very...
Oh, yes, I believe
You
that a healthy
notice, you're
body
sitting there
is just as
boxing
important
half
as a
naked,
healthy
anyways.
mind, if not more so.
Well, he's definitely prioritizing the former.
It's important to keep fit, especially at a job like mine.
What job is...
I'm a clerk at the Bank of Vespuccia, but someday...
He actually thinks people are gonna go for...
How do you feel about the election outcome?
I'm disappointed. Sure, the Lygia incident was a tragedy, but people are too quick to judge. It's a shame that progress is going to be held back because of one isolated occurrence.
That's
I
fair.
agree. Technological advancement doesn't come cheap, but it shouldn't be abandoned entirely. Could you give me Tom?
You don't have it?
I visited him.
But if he's there...
We already addressed the...
I have reason to believe he may be somehow involved in a murder.
That's a serious act.
Nothing concrete just yet, which is...
Well, you're not the police. I'm sorry, but you...
Are you familiar?
Never heard of...
I have his port...
No.
Didn't matter before, but...
How about...
The detail in this ferrotype is a bit fuzzy, but his facial features and hair, they vaguely resemble mine.
You know, now that he mentions it, it's true. Lespée does bear a passing resemblance to this fellow. Not quite as handsome, though.
Does the name...
Yes, my lady love is named Priscilla Poundstone.
I see. What can you tell me about
That's quite a name.
She's a darling, such a kind and gentle. We've been together for ages.
When was the last...
Saw her. Oh, no, Mr. Fordham. She doesn't live in New Britannia. She attends Miss Threadneedle's Academy for Young Ladies in Cormorant.
She lives in New Holland?
That's right. I've never actually met Priscilla.
How did you two get...
Her father and mine were old military.
And you're both in a...
Yes. But we share many of the same interests.
I wonder how that will change once they...
So you correspond...
That's right. My uncle does me the kindness.
Do you think I might have a look at one of those?
What for?
I understand, but I feel this is important. Perhaps you could show me one that is...
In fact, I think there's a recent one on the shelf, but you won't...
Not at all. I just want... So, you know nothing about...
That's right. I don't even know...
It's a bar in...
Well, that explains it. But one a man like me sets foot in that den of ruffians, and I'll have... Not that I couldn't take them, but I have better... Anyway, I don't drink. Don't see.
Body.
I'm sorry I can't help you, Mr. Fordham, but I hope you see...
Thanks.
Can I... Receive your last letter. Things are going well here. I'm due to begin my next course within the week. How are things with you? Did you manage to set up that gymnasium you were talking about? You'll have to send me a ferrotype of your new physique.
Wait just a minute. Something's off here. The handwriting in this letter is different to the one we found before. There's something strange going on with this.
Wait. Hold on.
It won't be much.
Okay. So I already have the other one, I guess. Let's talk to him. Maybe.
Could I ask... About... I think there's something going...
Something?
I found a letter addressed to you from her at the cathedral, and the handwriting is different to the letter you have here.
He has one of her letters?
I'm not sure, which is why I'd like to search his home and...
If he's going behind...
Calm yourself, Mr. Bunkridge. If I find anything...
All right. Tom lives...
Hey, practically...
Here. I've got a spare key. If you find...
Of course.
Of course.
Thanks.
Not...
Absolutely. 100%. You probably would murder him by looking at him, so it's what have you.
Nice place. Tiny.
Lovely.
Nothing.
People rarely leave anything incriminating.
That's true.
Puffin's daily planner. The man leads an...
There's possible
That's
scratches.
odd.
Move the statue.
How about that? Looks like...
Let's just see.
I have completed all my plans and will soon come to visit you in Cormorant. That life in New Britain is hard, and so I may look a bit more advanced in years than you might expect.
Interesting stuff. It seems Puffin's gun has gone missing. So Puffin plays at home. Puffin's music... Huh. Oh, music books. The look in her eye... No point wasting time searching Puffin's bedroom.
It's empty. It's...
Okay. Jenkins and Bowen. Is there anything else in here?
Nothing else in
there. Okay.
A statue of Eros, I believe? God of love or lust or something.
Man, babies in diapers. Oh no. Man, babies in diapers, yes. Okay.
Keep up.
Great. Don't have the gun now. That's a problem.
I don't...
Okay, so I have a choice here. I feel like we're about to find out. I'm in trouble. Let's try going Tom first.
It won't be much...
Yep. Okay, so I can't talk to him, so let's go over here.
He hasn't got anything else. Just... They don't... No point...
Excuse me.
Nothing new to add.
Great. What I want to do is I want to find this gun, right?
He won't...
It's empty.
Am I looking at the book again?
Puffin's daily planner. The man leads an even more boring life than you. Who knew that was even possible? So Puffin... The look in music. Huh. Huh. What a... To think...
Now's not...
She... Doesn't look like...
Ow. Just won't pop. Okay. Let's try talking to him.
Let's not...
Or maybe. May I ever actually... Rain, there we go. Ah.
Yesterday's rain has made the water... Is it just me? Or...
If there is, I have no way of getting...
Securely fastened, unfortunately for you. If only there was some way to undo...
Maybe.
Would you be able to remove...
Yes, of course. Just a few twists from...
Excellent.
Suppose so, yes. What do you want?
I just enjoy sticking my hand into dank puddles.
I believe...
You don't...
It's quite true.
Well then, come on.
Moment to lose.
Is it that?
That's
right. There we...
Thank you.
Not a problem. Now...
For a quick pint.
Detective work is a dirt...
I really hope...
Nice animation.
This is almost...
I'm really glad it... Well...
Wish the police had found this, so I...
Nothing else down...
Alright. Now. First things first, let's get this examined by Edwards. This should prove to be the one that shot the thing.
Yes.
Pistol?
I found this pistol at the scene of the Lespay crime.
It's all...
Sitting at the bottom.
Oh. I suppose that's not as exciting as finding it.
Oh my
Did I ever
God.
tell you about that post...
No. I certainly don't want to hear about it now.
I should have something conclusive with...
No.
Right. I've concluded my analysis, and this gun was the bullet I removed from his body.
Thank you, Edwards.
There's one more thing. I cleaned off some of the muck and found the initials JB etched into the handle.
Interesting.
My expertise with guns is purely forensic, so I can't determine if this is the gun's maker or the initials of its... That's going to have to be
JB
your
is the
job.
Thank you.
maker. The thing in
JB.
Bowen.
Wasn't the name on Puffin's gun case Jenkins?
I'll be going now.
Take care.
Indeed, it was.
Miles, have you ever noticed that this Jimbo fellow fits the description of the man loitering outside the... The barmaid told us she saw someone matching that description at the Raven on election. Not only that, Priscilla and the pistol used to murder Ronan has the initials JB etched on it. It could be a coincidence, but I think it's quite reasonable. Things are starting to fall in between the letters, the missing gun, and what Edwards told us about the effects of... I think we have enough evidence to...
Yeah. Tom is the thing. Okay. Now, just for shits and giggles, go take a look. This looks like the same exact size and whatever. Yeah, so we're led to believe that it's him. But, yeah. I'm curious.
He won't be much more.
He really needs it.
He hasn't.
You'll tell me if something's going on. Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
Have you got time for...
Yeah.
I've completed my investigation of your brother's murder.
You have?
It was Tom Puffin. Choir...
What? But...
Puffin is in love with his nephew Ned's fiancée. He's even gone so far as to intercept their letters and write to each of them. Mr. Puffin is also an avid opium user and is prone to fits of rage as well as hallucination. The evening of the murder, Puffin was at the Silent Raven, and in his opium-induced fog, mistook your brother for Ned. He had his pistol on him, and his rage and jealousy got the better of him. Poor Ronan was simply in the...
And what about the clothes he was wearing? Or what?
I'm afraid your brother fell victim to a cooping gang. They dragged him to Chumley and forced him to vote multiple times. He was wearing someone else's clothes as part of a disguise.
My poor brother. So what happens now?
Now, I'll inform Miss Upton of my findings, and she'll send an officer along to arrest Puffin. From there, justice will be served accordingly.
I see. Thank you for your help, Mr. Fordham.
Tom Puffin?
Yes, may I help you, officer?
You're under arrest for the murder of Ronan Lespay.
What? Oh. Oh, God.
Oh,
So
God.
It wasn't a dream.
Come along, sir. We need to question you at the station.
Well.
You know, Miles, you've been coming in here a lot lately, but you've never looked quite this glum. What's going on?
I've bungled things pretty badly at home. Been staying with a friend the past couple of weeks.
I see. What happened?
I haven't been honest with my wife. Coming here and drowning my sorrows hasn't really helped, oddly enough. And yet, it's all I can do to keep from going crazy.
You know, Miles, I've seen and heard a lot of things over the years. Some of the stories would turn your hair white. But through it all, I've come to learn one thing. It's usually not too late to make things better, but only if you let yourself try.
Thank you for the advice, Patrick.
All I can do is give it, Miles. Whether you choose to take it or not is entirely up to you. Now, would you like another gin?
No, thank you. This time I really do need to be on my way. I should go and see how my...
I see.
Who is... Miles, this is a...
I've decided to forgive you. What?
Addie, it's so good to see you. I've been such an idiot lately.
Well, I'm glad you can admit to it. Would you like to come in?
Very much.
Was there something you wanted to talk about?
I mean, this is, if I don't answer this, she's going to be
I've
very
given it a
upset.
lot of thought, and I think it's time I finally told you the truth.
Miles, what do you do? You know this is a terrible
I know
idea.
it's a terrible idea.
Truth?
About why I've been acting the way I have been since Bill died.
Well, go on.
She's not gonna believe me!
Don't do it, Miles. You know it's a one-way ticket to Riverview if you do.
I've been hearing Bill's voice ever since he died.
Fordham, what is wrong with you?
His voice?
I can't believe this! You've just destroyed your life! I hope you realize that!
Yes, in my head, at all hours. That's why I was taking the soporific. It was the only way to keep him quiet. Or so I thought. Turns out that alcohol...
What does he say to you?
The type of things he'd say when he was alive. Snarky comments, inappropriate jokes. Mainly, he nags me to find the flower shop burglar. He thinks doing that will let him find peace and move on.
I see.
I told you you'd think I was crazy.
Don't be ridiculous, Miles. It's nothing like that. It's
There's
just
nothing
I
like
wish
that.
you had told me sooner is all.
I know, but I was afraid.
Well, I'm glad you finally trusted me. You know, you could have all along.
So, you're all right with it?
It is quite a lot to take in. I think I'll need some time to mull it over. But what matters now is that we can work through this together.
I understand. Well, I should probably go. It was lovely to see you again, Addie.
Lovely to see you too, Miles.
All right.
Perhaps I'll stop by again next week?
Or sooner, if you'd like.
Sure. Like the men in white coats aren't gonna have you taken away by then.
Right. I'll see myself out then.
Good night, Miles.
Well.
Fordham, wake up.
Huh? He just leapt over the side. I don't... Oh, Upton. What's going on?
Goodness, Fordham. You look terrible. Is everything all right?
Just had some trouble sleeping. More than usual.
Well, I hope you've rested enough, because I've got something very important to show you.
Oh, wonderful. If we're sharing information now, are you gonna tell Upton about me as well?
No.
What is it?
There's been a murder.
There ain't anything special about this one.
Is special somehow, or you wouldn't be bringing it to me.
I thought that great detectives never assumed.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Anyway, you're right. The victim in question is a member of Parliament, a man named Percival McDonough, to be precise. But this is the real corker. The murder is clearly the work of the Justice Killer.
The Justice Killer? Is that the mass murderer I've been hearing about?
The very same.
Why Justice Killer, though?
It's part of his modus operandi. He kills his victims with a single gunshot to the head, then writes the word justice somewhere in the room with the victim's blood.
Talk about melodramatic.
The police are stumped. This is the killer's 5th victim, and there isn't a single lead.
So you want me to investigate?
Not just yet. First, I need you to look at these sketches.
You took crime scene sketches from the department?
Of course not. I made copies with the station's Pharaoh duplicator.
Of course you did, because why wouldn't you?
I believe you can succeed where the department has so far failed.
Right.
So, what am I looking for?
The police went over each crime scene with a fine-toothed comb and turned up practically no useful physical evidence. I want a second opinion from you. If you can find some sort of link between them, it might be possible to track this monster down.
All right, let's see what we can see. Maybe there's something that Snelling's finest overlooked.
Perhaps.
Here are the 4 sketches. Have a look at them and see if you notice...
Boring. Just... Maybe you should write... Wait, what's that? Wait, what? I'm really not in the mood to be analyzing... Yeah, he's...
I swear to God.
I don't feel like looking at dead bodies. I don't feel like... Oh, were you hoping for some witty insight?
I'm not
sure this is terribly relevant. If only you hadn't told Adelaide about me, I might share my thoughts with you.
Then stop talking so I can think for myself.
That looks more like... Oh, what? You actually found... What's the point? Whoever drew this...
Upton?
What?
About those...
Yeah?
think
I'm.
There's a single flower at each crime scene.
There is? You're right.
Wait, what did you...
These flowers. They're.
I don't believe it.
Upton, this is incredible.
What?
The flower shop burglar. He was... And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to... At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic.
So the flower?
It seems too much of a coincidence.
Well, then that's wonderful. Excellent work, Fordham.
Yay.
Everything all right?
Oh, I'm getting by.
I haven't worn out my welcome.
No, you're still tolerable.
You're starting to sound like it. What exactly are the details regarding this?
The killings began a few months ago, and the department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye. On the bright side, it makes your...
Much less suspicious.
What can you tell me?
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough. I have copies of the police reports from you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
What are the details regarding...
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival. He
Member
was
of
found this
Parliament.
morning by his secretary in his office.
So the killer managed to get into the house.
You can say that again. It's the killer's for...
I suppose I'll have to drop...
Great.
I should...
Not...
Right. I think I have an...
Odd. Chief Snap?
Uh-oh.
Upton, we... Fordham. I should have guessed I'd find...
Yep. What pleasant surprise.
Chief Snelling. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm equally pleased, although having you here does...
Trouble.
Those are some rather interesting decorations. Would either of you care to...
And once again, the jig is up.
I took the
I
sketches.
brought them here. After I made duplicate...
Nice try, Fordham. The
Isn't
ferro
true.
duplicator makes a report of every... A rather useful feature for instances such...
These gadgets are gonna be the...
In any case, I did... Upton, why have you been passing on...
Because he's the best detective you ever had on...
Is that
You
right?
know it.
Personally, I don't consider getting... But what's done is done. Constant...
But...
I
Great.
should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated... But as for you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place... Do you have anything to say in your...
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I know who the Justice Killer is.
Fordham, if this is...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right.
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Out of the question, Fordham.
And the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes. Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case.
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar in the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible.
There's no plausible. It's a
I'll
link.
give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't...
Sounds fair.
And
Sound in
don't get any...
jail, blah, blah, blah.
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. When you have something to report...
Yeah. You're full of it. All right.
Oh,
Except you're still fired.
we'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I'll see.
All right. Bye.
Well, better get to...
Let's see what the newspaper has to say. Murderer. And alleged cooping scheme. Unsuspecting victims multiple times. Kept in a small room. Huh. Arrest made in tragic election night murder. Spiritual's arrest for... Oh my god. After accident Explorer clients robbing them of their money. Tenants remain assumed name. He would claim her client was cursed, then offer healing services for a fee. Be cured. Offer this warning urge probably to free stick and vulnerable. Yep.
There hasn't. Interesting play. Whew. Way to ruin a perfectly.
Oh, now you want to talk, you pile of...
Must have been a powerful shot to knock him backwards. That flower adds a nice
He was
touch to an
positioned.
otherwise drab.
He was positioned like that is a thing.
You're right. Not a very pretty way to go out. The flowers. You have to wonder.
Interesting.
At least this poor. The justice killer sure is thorough. Pretty flower.
Anything special about it?
Mostly cookbook. Not a very.
Okay, well, let's leave. Okay. Alright. So. First things first. Hi.
Ford,
I'm making some.
is that right?
The rumor was always that the chief kept a bottle of something in a secret compartment in this.
Chief.
Yeah.
What information?
Clearly.
I see.
Well, what do you...
A list of 5 victims, some information on each of them, and until your discovery of the lily at each scene, that... Well, I doubt this discovery will do much to aid...
Great.
Do you know anything about...
He's a member of parliament.
Business
I believe it from the reports I've
agency.
gotten, McDonald. He is, however, the first victim who didn't live in Chumley. Then again, since you...
Count on it. What do you know about the...
Only what's in their files.
That's
You
only
didn't look
link.
further into their personal life?
As I said, the detectives found nothing.
You have to wonder how much more thorough the department's investigations would have been if the 4 men were all rich like McDonough.
Listen,
I don't want to... What happened, happened. Nothing...
And if I manage to find them...
The man respond... Even if you manage to find the culprit you let escape.
But it will bring closure.
If that thought is what allows you to...
What makes him think you...
Enjoying your...
Reaping the rewards for years of hard work and dedicated service.
Oh, I get my gratification in other ways.
I'm sure you do.
So I see the department is still...
It is, in fact. But I'm sure, incidentally, the woman accused in the Harris kidnapping is set to testify in court today.
Linda Walker's trial is today? That was fast.
Indeed. Sometimes the wheels of justice grind slowly. She'll be taking the stand within the hour. If you...
I need to get back...
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder if these all have some type of connection.
Remind me, Miles, why are we here again? Is this for your own personal satisfaction?
Shh. Mrs. Linda Walker, you...
I had to see if I could speak with my son Alexander again.
Yes. According to your initial statement, you seem to believe that the Harris child is the
All the evidence was there.
And in regards to the execution of your plan, you secretly administered a soporific drug to your friend and the Harris family nanny, Mrs. Henrietta
Yes.
There's no other way.
According to your journal, you used a mixture of chamomile and
By
valerian.
a Samuel.
Yes. Samuel is a
Works at
friend
the
of mine.
docks.
He works at the docks, and he knows all about...
So it was...
Asleep.
Yes, that's right. He only told me about the plants. He's quite the expert. What?
Did she just say what?
Now then, let's...
Interesting. This Samuel person might be worth looking into. I'd make a note of it.
No shit.
All right, I've had enough of this.
Like that, so I knew that that was going to be important because I know she had mentioned it in her journal. Oh, hi.
Fordham!
Hello, Edwards. I'm investigating the justice killer.
I heard an officer mention new orders from Snelling. Feel free to have a look around. I'm just writing up the notes from my initial examination of...
Good.
Looks pretty fresh.
What do you use to write with?
Nothing but a bunch of boring documents. These appear to be books on
Yes, everyone
history
is a
books and
hobby.
political.
Body.
Former Percival.
Calendar.
Odd. The page for this month has been torn out. You suppose Edward? Nothing has been written in yet for next month. Leave it to a politician.
Got a moment, Edward?
Of course. What?
Do you know anything about the torn calendar?
Edwards.
I did. This month has been torn out.
So it wasn't...
That's right.
Which means there was probably something incriminating written on it.
Miles, have you forgotten the oldest trick in the book? Just...
Does it feel good?
As long as I have the chance to examine a body and learn something, though I do admit a preference to work, there's so much more potential for contamination. The present company excludes...
What's your take on this whole...
It's giving me a lot of extra work. We haven't had a serial murderer in a long time.
Not since that fellow...
Not since that fellow who was...
Ah, yes. Gascon Ghoul.
Any theories or insights regarding the killer's motive or identity?
That's not really my specialty. If you want to get into that psychology stuff, you're better off talking to someone like...
So, what was found at the crime scene?
A dead body.
Thanks.
Edwards.
Hey, just try... Anyway, there was also the word justice written in blood.
Is that all?
What more do you need? All the pieces are in place. This is the work of the justice killer.
Great.
What did your examination of the body turn up?
Apparent cause of death was a single gunshot to the head, exactly like all the other victims. The bullet is still lodged in his brain. I'll remove it once I transport the body back to the mortuary.
Anything else?
No personal effects of note, just a folded up piece of paper in his breast pocket. It's blank, so the police weren't interested. I assume you aren't either.
Never assume, Edwards. I'll take it if you don't mind.
Be my guest.
Did the police manage to learn anything during their investigation?
Not much beyond what I've already told you. I think they were planning on speaking to the victim's wife, though.
Did you get the address?
I did, as a matter of fact. 1820 Kent Place.
Now we get to deal with the grieving widow. Hopefully the officers who delivered the news got the worst of it.
Easter Lily. Sorry, I just noticed something.
Yes, the justice killer leaves one at every crime scene.
Is that right? I never noticed.
Neither did anyone else, apparently.
So how does leaving a lily at the scene of the crime figure into all of this?
I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think it might be important to understanding his motive.
Well, be sure to let me know if you do figure it out. The thought process of killers is a twisted, curious thing.
Fair.
Edwards, do you have a pencil I might borrow?
Of course. Take this one.
Thank you.
Wait. Let's see what was written on the calendar.
A classic trick.
Ruby.
Aha! McDonough met with this person the night of the murder. I'll bet 500 crowns it's a false name, but at least it's something. Intriguing. We'll need to find out who this Ruby is.
Okay. I guess that's it.
No time to waste.
Yeah. They won't have any more information for that.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. Your butler just announced me.
Oh, of course. Forgive me. I was just, well, never mind. Please make yourself comfortable, Mr. Fordham.
Thank you, Mrs. McDonough.
You seem to be having a time with
Just
things.
a painting of some... This one looks like a Lady Camilla Prudence Wigglewaddle the Grey.
Wigglewaddle. Oh dear God, no.
They look expensive, but I bet they're totally... They look
Uh-huh.
Surely this one was called...
Oh my God. He has no frame or whatever. I don't care.
I appreciate you seeing me, Mrs. McDonough. I know you must be going
It's a
through a
very
difficult time right now.
What exactly is it you want from me, Mr. Fordham? I already spoke.
I just have...
Few questions of my own.
How are you...
Tactful as a...
My apologies. Is there any...
You can start by...
Are you familiar with the art of cryptography?
What an odd...
It's just I noticed several books on the subject and...
Oh, well, yes. Percival was in... He would sometimes leave me coded notes when we...
What kind of...
Oh, now, Mr. Fordham, those were private. But sometimes he would write them using a special ink that I can't remember the last...
You know anyone?
No.
I saw your husband had a meeting scheduled with him shortly before his murder.
That can't be right. He didn't tell me about...
It was written on his office calendar.
As I said, I don't know who that person is. Why would...
Why indeed?
Are you familiar?
I can't say...
Just a name that's...
Sounds like the name of a truck.
What can you tell me?
I'll tell you this. Percival was one of the hardest work. The recent election cost him a terrible amount of consternation, as I'm sure it did most people.
Did you see him?
I beg your...
Surely someone with such an important...
He made it a point to come home and have dinner with me every night.
And did that...
At least, as I said...
Sounds to me like she's quite...
Have you heard of the...
That was the name the police meant. It's absolutely terrifying to think that...
Evil,
why is he called
evil.
the just...
I'm afraid I can't answer that right now, Mrs. McDonough. Can you think of any reason?
Not really. He was a vocal opponent of the construction of the Gascogne-Chumley Bridge, but I hardly think that would have been sufficient.
Why is that?
Well, it's just a bridge, isn't it?
I meant why would...
Oh, because the amount of money required to build public funds should be used on roads and buildings that are falling apart. What's the point of having something shiny and new if everything around it...
That's fair.
Did your husband have any enemies?
He was a politician, Mr. Ford.
Did he ever receive any kind of threats against his life?
None
He
that
was a
I was
politician.
ever made aware of. I have no idea who could have killed him, let alone who could have gotten into his office to do it. He hadn't told me about any meetings or appointments this week either.
Was it his custom to inform you of his work affairs?
Oh, well, I've always taken an interest in my husband's work. He'd often mention initiatives he was working on or people he was meeting, that sort of thing. Nothing sensitive or confidential, you understand. Just conversation about his day.
Those are all the questions I have for now, Mrs. McDonough.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. Left coded messages.
It seems the killer didn't want anyone to know about this meeting. It seems... odd. No time...
I thought I saw it said book for a second.
These are... The
Body.
former... Nothing but a bunch of boring documents. No signs of forced entry that I can see.
Murder didn't come through the window.
Looks pretty...
Let's go back to the police station. There's got to be something that the police can help me
Every
with.
book and file, and you should bump into the... You should bump... No need to talk...
Oh, good. I don't have to talk to him.
The rumor... Ah,
Okay. So not him?
There hasn't...
has to be something else, though. Hold on.
Hello.
They look this one, Lord Al. I think I'll. Surely they look expensive. This actually works.
Where do I find the blank paper? So how I reacted last time, I swore to myself I would never harm you again after the last time, but I have failed. I suppose it is my deepest hope that you can forgive me and trust that I will never let this monster out again.
Well, I'll be.
Can we talk some?
Who's Mary?
Do you know
Hey,
anything
Mary?
about the...
I'm afraid I don't have my...
The coroner found it in your husband's pocket.
Ah,
he gave it to
that's
me
right.
because he thought it was blank. But after you told me about your husband's propensity for writing secret messages, allow me, dearest Mary, words cannot express the regret and sorrow I feel for how I acted last night. I swore to myself I would never harm you again after the last time, but I have failed us both. It is my deepest hope that you can forgive me and trust that I will never allow this monster out again.
I see. May I have that letter, Mr. Fordham?
I'm afraid I have to keep it for now. It's evidence.
I suppose that does make sense.
Mrs. McDonough, did Percival mistreat or abuse you?
He wasn't a bad man, Mr. Fordham. I wouldn't have married him if he was. It's just the stress of his responsibilities would sometimes oppress him. I would try and offer comfort, soothe his nerves, but there are a few instances...
Did he ever hit?
He did.
How many times did...
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 2 or 3. You don't exactly count these things.
What a bastard. Maybe it serves him right for getting shot.
Maybe.
Thank you for your candor, Mrs. McDonough.
Can we please talk about something else?
Those are all the questions I have for now,
actually.
Mrs. McDonough.
That was it.
All right.
Okay.
No time to.
Okay, never mind. Apparently we don't need to talk to him. Guess we'll go talk to you.
No need to talk.
What do I do with this?
There hasn't been. Not a very.
Hold on. Iron worker. Cabbie for Colson's cabs. Just gone. There won't be any new things. Ah, there are. Okay. I need to look at those. Of course I did. Because why wouldn't I? Alright, let's look here. Hi.
Remember, a black eye is not a badge of honor. Well, that's hardly any.
Hardly any fun.
I thought about a career as a mechanic once. Glad I.
That's messy. You look.
Oh, it's you again.
Indeed, Mr. Shaw.
That's right. So,
I wanted to ask you some questions.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Did you know Reggie?
Reggie? Sure, I knew him.
No?
The man was a...
I wish he would tell us how he...
Only reason they kept him on here was because...
So it's...
Nobody did. When I heard he'd been... If I treated people the way he...
Could you elaborate?
Oh, he was a proud one. Always strutting around, bragging about how many gratuities he'd earned. He had the shortest fuse I've ever seen, too. I'd always laugh to myself when he'd brag about how many...
Why is that?
Because it was obvious he had to pay for the pleasure. A man like that, I may not be a hit with the ladies, but even I know that being a bastard is a surefire way to drive them off.
That's fair.
Are you familiar with the so-called justice kill?
I've heard a few rumors here and there about some murders in the... There's plenty for me to...
Aren't you concerned?
Not really. Well, I haven't done anything wrong. So if this loony's going around doing...
He makes a good point. I think we need to get a better idea of what exactly the...
What can you tell me?
Not a bad place, really. Only problem is the number of people. Lots of folks think driving a cab is an easy job. You need to know this city like the back of you. So we get lots of fellas starting here who don't have the slightest.
What about the automated cabs?
I prefer not to think about those. Colson.
Are you?
Things are more or less the same, except Roger's not around. Hope he isn't planning on coming back.
Oh,
Great,
I have a feeling he. I appreciate.
Play.
Great.
A good old reliable handsome cab.
Wait, it should be.
I thought.
Alright. Alright, so let's get out of here, go to the next area. Oh, God.
You there? I'm Miles Fordham.
No time.
I beg your.
Just.
What's going on?
Shh. Everything. 3. Amazing! It works! It works!
What works?
Etheric lamps! Our experiment was a success!
What exactly have we won? There's the bunch of Too bad. I wouldn't get too close. I wouldn't get. So this is where all.
Great.
May I ask?
Of course.
You look lovely.
You worked with a man named Burl.
Yes, it's a shame he missed out on our demonstration.
Wasn't he concerned about losing his job?
He had no reason. Unlike some other places, we take care of our own.
How noble. But I'm pretty sure he's full of more hot air than the 8.
Is there anything you know about Mr. Caus's personal?
Well, then married,
Did you give me his home address?
Yes, certainly.
Thank you for the.
Yep.
Do you know?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Do you know of anyone who might have?
Not at all. Burley was very friendly. You know, it's sad to think that.
Are you familiar with?
It makes
Horrible
me
business.
wish we could install.
Keep it
Someday,
safer.
I hope to realize that
Called
dream.
Lamplight
Then we'll
City.
really deserve to be called Lamplight City.
You think brighter streets will?
It's well known that crime rates are lower in Lyon and Worcester, and they have many more street lamps per square mile.
Causation.
I'm sure it has absolutely
Oh,
nothing
God.
to do with the amount of wealth in those areas. Has to be all about the lighting.
Unrelated connections and ugh.
You mentioned something.
Yes! Weren't you paying attention?
What I would.
Exactly! That flash was the result of years of painstaking research and
Can be
experimentation.
used as a
If
source
these
of
experiments
illumination.
continue to be successful, as I suspect they will, we'll imagine lamps that burn twice as bright.
And if it's like anything else we've seen.
A lot of people out of work.
What?
Oh, several things. It's
Fire
really just a
elimination.
grandiose way of saying that this is where all affairs related to. But in addition to sending out that's what my personal specialization is. I guess you could consider me
Modern day Prometheus.
happy.
Leave him to.
That is a very big light bulb. Okay.
Well, that doesn't look. This place sure is big. I wonder if they actually make anything useful. This place.
Let's leave for now. Let's go here.
Safe for only 25 men at once.
I used to draw a line at 2. Hi.
Excuse me.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investor.
You the same man who got Laura Dupre?
Yes.
Ah, good to meet you. I'm Gerard. My sister Amelie used to work as her cook. Would tell me, good to see.
Glad to be of service. And good to meet.
So you say you looking into a murder? You?
Yes, that's right.
Nah, should be okay.
Wait.
You worked with Ennis Bowditch, right?
Ennis was fun to talk to, but it made time. We weren't really friends.
Do you know what?
Not really, but I know he was seeing a woman.
Did he mention?
Oh, sure, but I don't think they're the type of thing that would help you.
Right. Anything of a non-personal nature?
Yes, he mentioned she worked as the serving girl at.
I see. Do you know any details concerning both?
I only found out.
Can you think of anyone?
Everyone here liked him. I don't think, but maybe someone at his
Other job?
Ennis also worked at the docks.
Well, that would have been handy to know.
Are you
Justice killer? No, I
a serial murderer?
And you trying?
That's the plan.
Well then, I wish you luck. I hope that murder.
So, the Gascon...
That's right. That Leroy, he's not wasting any time. Maybe a good thing for...
Well, how long before the bridge is...
They say it will take 5 as long as the work is steady.
That's
Do you
fair.
normally work in...
Mostly. Sometimes I be doing other... But I'm lucky to have gotten this job. I think it will keep me in... Which is good, because I have...
Be sure to watch yourself then. I hear these...
Oh, believe me, I know. One slip up and...
How's your sister?
Good. She still works for the Dupre family. She tells me the family is acting like the madame never existed, and the husband raised Amelie's pay.
Oh, that's
That does
nice.
sound like...
It's just a shame 2 others had to.
Thank you, Gerard.
Not a problem.
I wonder if it would be any fun to tie yourself.
I feel like that would not be fine if I had.
they seem to-
Yes. Okay. Okay, so you Gascon, coffee house. Oh my god, there's so much to do here. Let's talk to the foreman.
Excuse me, sir.
Unfortunately, who are
I'm Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator looking into the murder of one of your workers.
a private investigator, eh? And maybe you can help me out.
I'll do it.
Mims. Sanford Mims.
Go ahead, make it snappy.
What can you tell me? Former...
Listen, I've got a...
I understand, but it's...
I'm sure it is, but as a good...
Well, he's no help.
What happened to your...
What's it look like?
Was it...
Of course not. Oh, my... This is the work of those god...
What make...
Take a look, boy. Even if this had been a mechanical, the explosion would have been contained to us. This couldn't have been any...
Have you had problems with...
They've sent anonymous letters, but...
Carried out their threats.
You're
Yes. Listen, you said you were... If you do, I'll...
Looks like we haven't got much.
I'll see...
Can you tell me about yourself?
How long...
Sometimes things were so much easier before we got these machines. They keep saying... I've already had 5 of my best men get mangled by some of them. My hair wasn't this great. I swear, one of these days, I'm just going to pack it all up.
Let someone else deal with it. Okay.
I'll be...
Be careful.
Alright.
Hey.
My...
Okay.
This place
Let's take a look, I guess.
completely ruined. Complete.
Whoever was dealing with this knew what they were doing. That's disconcerting. Early causes. 2A. That's not stuff.
I thought the housekeeping.
Always go to the neighbors first.
Yeah.
Hello, madam. My name is Miles.
You mean my...
Yes. In...
Nah, I don't think so. The last...
I'm sorry you had a bad experience.
No, that's easy for you to...
Uh-oh.
Is there anything...
Well, my layabout husband is out wasting our retirement fund with his drink.
Maybe we can talk.
You'll find him at the sign and ready.
Yes,
Great.
My husband's name is Kurt Williamson.
I'll do my...
Great. Okay, so is this even open?
It doesn't seem.
Great. Wonderful. Happy about that. Does that mean I can go in? Or no, I didn't have a key. That was the other one. Yeah, it just knocks.
It doesn't.
Alright. So Silent Jeebus. There's so much that I can do in this one. Once I opened up, like, you know, some of the stuff. Let's do this first. Oh, good. That body outline's still there. Hi, barmaid. How you doing?
Excuse me. How are things here?
Oh, right. I thought...
That's right.
Well, there hasn't been too much excitement.
Oh, right,
Kicking
shame.
out a rowdy customer shakes things up.
Is the blood flowing?
What would a customer have to do to warrant...
My general rule is if they try to pick a fight or just be in general...
Good to know. Are you familiar?
What is that?
No. It's the name that's been given to us.
I see. Never heard of...
Do you know anything about...
Not really. I see his type all the time, though. Older. I feel sorry for him, but...
What was it you said?
Pick a fight or just be bothersome.
Right.
Been pretty quiet in the streets of late, hasn't it, Bertie?
You noticed too? I thought it was just me.
Excuse me.
That's right.
Miles.
Oh, yeah?
Ethel sent me to tell you.
I can't get away for more than a few hours. How much of my retirement fund did she waste on getting...
I'm only doing this because...
You can just go back and tell her I'll...
Why is it you're so averse to...
I enjoy going out.
Your wife told me she doesn't like you spend...
What I spend my money on is... What's this world coming to when a man can't even drink in peace?
You know, this whole...
Listen, Mr. Williams.
Oh, yeah.
My wife and I were having a rough patch.
But you managed?
Yes, I was fortunate. I did the...
And what did...
I told her the truth that I hear the voice of my dead partner.
It was simple. I just communicated honestly and openly with her. I told her what was wrong and how I was feeling. And you know what? She listened. Have you ever told Ethel why you like going out?
No. I assumed she wouldn't understand. I really wish she would come out with me, but I know she'd never agree.
How do you know? Have you actually talked to her about this?
Well,
no, you just assumed it.
Well, then maybe you should. If she knew you wanted company, she might just give it a try.
You know, I'm going to go home right now and tell her. And if she refuses,
that's the...
Thanks for the advice.
There we go. So that's so interesting. So I really like that about this. I really like that about this game. So if I hadn't been honest with my wife, for example, I would have had to find a way to get him ejected, I'm assuming. That's really interesting. How the dialogue choices change in this point-and-click adventure, because typically point-and-click adventures, it's like you do the logic puzzles. It's like a linear style of thing, and like that's it. Things don't change. Things change how they can be acted upon depending upon the choices that you make. So I really find that really engaging and cool about this game. I do have to say that. I really have. It's just been a pleasant experience going through all this. Oh, anyways.
Oh,
Hi.
Mr. Ford.
Don't mention it.
Well, yes.
Tell me what you...
He and his wife hadn't been living next door, but I didn't talk to either of them. It's a shame, really. I was here. All of a sudden, I went and knocked on Mrs. Caus's door.
Didn't it smell
Something
like
seemed
flowers?
wrong. So I decided to report the awful man. He was so rude. I gotta...
Parsons?
Yes, that's him.
I'm the one who
He called
sent
for
him
some
there.
more officers, and they got into the apartment. That's when I...
Where is Mrs. Caus?
I don't know, with her mother, maybe.
You wouldn't happen to know where that is.
Afraid not.
Yes?
Don't say I told you this, but... Well, I tried ignoring it since it...
What was
impossible? I don't believe they had a habit.
What would they fight?
Oh, all sorts of things. The worst... I think he might have hit her on a few occasions. I hope you don't think me a horrible old guy.
Not at all. How long?
Well,
goodness.
Yes, well, the building may be a bit
Forward
run
and forward
down. You can't really...
sheep.
Are you familiar?
You mean the series?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm
just fooling.
I like this one.
Unfortunately, I only know what I've read in the Gazette. And with Kurt going out by himself...
I appreciate your...
Have a good...
It doesn't...
Hello? Housekeeping. Alright. I can talk to him more? Huh?
May I ask? Oh.
Red eyes.
With all these promises of technology.
Oh, those tech-fearing they have yet.
How so?
Groups like that are all...
I've seen some.
Is that right? Well,
you have any of these letters?
Yes, I...
Thank you.
Happy.
Hmm.
Here's that...
Do not cease your unholy experience. Red eyes will be forced to take action. You've been warned, PF.
Now that's interesting. They can't have been so stupid.
Easily identifiable, could they? Hmm. Hi.
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
Who?
He's a serial murderer.
Is that right?
He may have killed one of your men.
Oh, is that what that was all about? I know they came poking.
It's nice to see the light.
It's like I've told you. I've got...
Okay. I can't actually get anything on Kirkland until I figure out the situation with that whole mess. There's the docks that I can go take care of in the future, but right now, I'll deal with this.
Asleep at a call.
Let's go talk to her.
How can...
You've been working here for...
I have, yes. Coming up on 3 years. Been a real pleasure getting to know all the regulars. They've come to be sort of like a second family. By the way, whatever happened with you and your...
I beg your...
Well, that nice lady you met in here a couple of times.
Oh, that? No, that was strictly business.
Right. Well, if you see her...
Are you familiar?
Justice killer?
Pesticide? Nope.
I understand.
Was involved, yes.
Oh, we're...
What? Ennis is dead?
Well...
Indeed. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer. I'm afraid he was...
Murdered?
Those are exactly the questions...
Oh, I see.
Well,
I'll answer what I can. If it helps any, that is.
I'm certain it will. What was your...
Oh, well, it was... But then...
Oh?
It's
Something
like I told
changed.
Ruby. I think he might have got hit on the head at work. He'd get angry. Well, that bit's not important. At first, I thought he was just going through some rough times, but after a while I realized he'd changed for the worse. So I broke things off. He wasn't too happy about it, but I wasn't going to stick with a man like that.
Fair. And about this Ruby.
This friend of yours, Ruby. Did she know an MP named Percival?
I'm not sure. Ruby knows...
Is that so?
Well, no, oh, damn it, Olin, me and my big mouth. She'll have my...
It's all right. No one's in trouble. Could you tell me where...
No. You see, she moves around quite a lot. Never in this...
Right. I think she's normally. I'd be all for pressing this girl more until she cracks, but...
Well, thank you for the info. I'll let you get...
Thank you.
Alright, so... we'll have to find Ruby some other way, but we've at least got an idea of who Ruby is. Let's go to the Gascon Docks.
Blank surf.
Huh? Who is it?
Sir.
Go ahead, but make it.
I'm his money.
Did you employ?
I did, yes. He only worked for me occasionally, but I learned recently that he had been killed. It was...
Do you have any information?
I'm afraid not. The truth is, I have a business.
Are you familiar?
I believe I saw a headline in the newspaper recently mentioning that name, but I dismissed. There are more important things.
But the Justice Killer is directly responsible.
Oh? Well, there's nothing I can do about it. What my men get up to in their own...
Wow, this guy is even worse.
Wow.
What is your work here?
I'm in charge of tracking and cataloging all the cargo
this
that
guy
passes
is a
through here.
piece of
I receive the shipping
work.
manifest and make sure that things get unloaded and sent to the right places.
And you do all this by yourself?
Well, of course not. I'm in charge of administration. A team of workers does all the heavy lifting.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you return to work.
Right, you are.
Yeah.
Trevor, hey.
Why, Detective Fordham?
I'm trying to track down a serial murder.
You don't? I wish I could help you, but the guy never came back. Where is you?
Oh,
Well, give him my regards. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Of course.
He's around.
Okay. I don't have anything to say to you, right? Oh, I do. I do.
Chiefs,
I do.
yes.
I do. Hello. Redites.
Have you got any info?
The Redites? What's you?
A witness is refusing to speak with me unless I can figure out who sabotaged.
I see. All I can offer, but I remind you that you only have until tomorrow afternoon before this indulgence.
That's my...
Very well.
I need to get back to my...
Yes.
Thank you.
Here you are.
This is a lot of names. If we're going to track down this saboteur, it might be best to retire to a more tranquil environment. Fancy a trip back to what?
Sure, I guess. What other choice do I really have? Oh, okay.
Right. This should be a quiet enough I just hope Upton doesn't mind you turning her.
I'm sure she'll. Now, let.
3 instances of sabotage.
I think we can rule out Mr. Sullivan as
Western
a
Vespucia's problem.
Unless Mr. McKee has escaped.
Not our man.
Paris Wilson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this is our suspect. Peyton Ferguson. The initials match those.
I'd say it's our best bet.
19th Street. All right. Okay, so now we go here. Hi.
Well, well. Who's this lovely specimen?
Allow me to introduce Peyton Ferguson, known Redite and prime suspect in a sabotage at the Thorbomb Ironworks. I picked him up and brought him straight to you.
Ooh, a saboteur.
Please find the Justice Killer soon, Miles. Being Giles' prisoner is not...
Right.
What? What? The...
Mr. Mim?
Yeah.
I found the person responsible.
Oh.
His name is Peyton Ferguson.
Hey. No.
He's certain.
What can you tell?
Good worker. Mostly kept to himself.
Do you know if...
Enough to want him dead? Nah. There's the occasional scrap, like I said. He mostly...
Do you know what he did?
No idea.
I saw him here.
One of my best. Don't think...
Did he have any personal effects?
He had a cabinet downstairs, and you can go take a look if you want. But Kirkland's cabinet is the...
Third one from the left. Well, let's go take a look.
At least having a heater down here.
Please stop shaving in the shower. The cleaning lady almost tore my head off. She says the drains can't take all the hair.
Sounds like there's someone in there. If you weren't so bashful, that's a... Just another unmarked...
Alright. Kirkland.
At least having a... Just another... Sounds like there's some...
I can brute force this. Maybe I can't brute force this. Okay. Alright, I was thinking that maybe the 5, the 3...
At least having a heater down here manages to keep...
Maybe 353? I don't know.
Mr.
Yeah.
Would you happen to know the...
No.
What happened?
Well, have them come up with some sort of...
And do you still have Kirkland's?
I'll give it to you as...
I'll be going.
Be careful.
Great. Okay, so what's Kirkland's?
There you go. You're lucky I only clean out my...
See? I always told you.
The shipwreck, the red and white, the sign. 0. So 3... Or no. 503. I think that's the only way that I didn't try to brute force it. Maybe. There we go.
Empty.
Not completely empty.
And at the bottom here. Gilded lady, refined ladies in waiting. And 50 shillings for the normal 1 crown treatment.
It seems our friend Hannibal had a few...
Gilded lily, huh?
Who knew such a pretty flower? The answer to that question is me, in case you were wondering.
That's
Someone's
not
not.
Bill.
Ooh. Alright, cool. We are slowly making progress. There's the gilded lily. We've been there, we've been there, we've been there, we've been there, we've been there. And this place says gilded lily next.
Well, come over here and tell.
I'm afraid
Oh,
I'm Miles Ford.
you can call me Sarah.
You won't mind if I take a look around.
As long as you keep to the front room. You.
Maybe it's best if you leave this part out when you tell Ad. What a charming statue. Wouldn't she get cold fetching water in that state of undress?
Maybe.
Looks nervous. Wonder if this is his first time. Oh, my virgin eyes.
Oh no.
I'm not too familiar with places like this, but I believe that's where the fun happens. If you've got the crowns
Probably
for
is
it.
the fun. Aha. There we go. My cloak order has been shipped.
I think that room is reserved for...
May I ask?
Of course you.
Something happened?
Do you know?
I'm afraid not.
Are you sure you don't?
Well, I can assure. If the trail has.
Yeah, she
Really
seems
just
awfully sick.
coincidence.
Did you have a man?
I make it my practice not to learn the. I hate to disappoint anyone who comes through those doors.
Well, at least you know you can trust the...
Do you by chance have a girl?
Ruby? Yeah, and she's not in any.
Not at all.
Well, she should be in the dressing room. If you go through the rear.
I see. Did you know
The politician?
he was seeing?
Not regularly, no. In fact, his first and only visit with her.
Were you aware that he was murdered?
I had no idea.
Yes, it is terrible.
This is a lovely establishment.
Thank you, my dear. It wasn't always called the Gilded Lily, though.
Maison
we
de
were formerly
Tolerance.
known as Le Maison de Tolerance.
What inspired the?
That-
How long have you been?
Going on 25. There's a reason this is the word.
So, how did you get into?
Like many of the other girls, it was. I had no interest in being beholden to a husband. I may be a fallen woman, but better to fly and fall.
Do you enjoy the work?
It's a job like any other, Mr. Fordham. But my girls are my family. We take.
Thank you for.
Is there anything better? Blah blah blah. Alright.
Oh, hello. Did Serafina send you back here for me?
Yes, but not for the usual reasons. I'm a private investigator. My name is Miles.
Yes, that.
Just some information.
Well,
Great.
No lilies? Cut down in her prime.
1809 to 1843.
That's a nice locket for being...
313-2213.
That's a nice... That's a... I'm guessing this is where... I'm guessing... The girls here don't...
3313.
So, Ruby,
yes.
have you heard of the?
No.
He's a serial murderer.
Oh, dear. Is that?
It is. Do you know what?
I don't.
Right?
Did you ever have...
No.
Do you know...
Bowditch?
No.
Didn't think...
As I understand it, he was seeing your friend, the servant.
Yeah, that's right. Annabelle. She broke...
So she said. Did you ever...
Violent? The bastard nearly beat...
Oh,
At least she had the good sense to get rid of him.
Perhaps we should go confirm this newly discovered fact with Annabelle.
Did you ever meet a man named Burley Cause?
No,
Just
I never
maybe.
met him, but one of the other girls had him as a client. I remember because she was laughing about his name. He wasn't very burly.
Right.
Ooh.
Are you
Oh, him? He had to be...
Really? What?
He got way too rough with one of the girls.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't... Good riddance to him, I...
Were you aware that Mr. Willingham was murdered?
I think I'm starting to put things together.
Now
I think I know what you meant, Ruby. It's...
Is it me, or is there a
How long...
Only a few. Used to work at a kitchen, but then they brought... At least this profession isn't in any danger of being made obsolete by steam tech.
Let's just hope that...
You met recently with Percival McDonough.
How did you know that? I thought he was meant to keep those...
He had your name written down.
And you found me here.
Well, I am a...
Suppose that. Anyway, yes. I
Man
only
the
met him
ones.
once. After we finished, he got all emotional. I hate it when...
I'll just leave you to...
Thanks, love.
I think we're... The girl's here. Lily, 1809.
I wonder what happened to her. Makes me wonder with this being called the Gilded Lily.
Looks nervous.
Hi. I have a few questions about the name of this
May I
place.
Of course.
Could you tell me about the young...
Ah, that's Lily Peters.
What?
It's a rather... The short version is this. She was able to defend herself enough to mortally wound the bastard, but the girls and I decided among us that we would rename... Some days it's still hard to believe she's gone.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you, dear. It was especially awful given Lily's past. Her sister died at the hands of her own husband some 16 years before. Some people just can't escape.
Huh. Something tells me these deaths are significant. It might be a good idea.
Thank you.
Well then. Time to go do some investigating. This is turning really interesting. I think I'm starting to understand what this justice is all about.
How can...
I spoke with your friend Ruby.
What was that?
She said that Ennis had fits of violence, and that the
Why would she tell you that? That was my secret to tell.
It's obvious she cares about you.
Well, it hardly matters.
But is it true?
Yes. As I said before, something changed in him. I have no idea.
I see. Thank you for your honesty. I'll let you get back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Would you happen to know...
I heard some of the other men. Seems to me they're just a bunch of angry and
You're not worried about...
Nah. Machines can only do so much. I think them Redites...
Thank you, Jerome.
Not a
It's fair. Reasonable.
He seems rather upset.
I don't need to talk to him. Done there. I don't think I've got anything here. Right?
Leave him to...
Yep. I'm just going through and I'm checking everything that I need to. Dotting T's, crossing I's, and all that. I want to talk to you about Ruby. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to talk to you about Ruby. Whatever. Are you still there? You're still there. You're also still here.
No, you...
Hi, Trevor.
Keep up the good...
Oh, nope.
No use...
Nope. Okay. Double checking for that. Let's go to the police station. You might be able to get us about something about Lily Peterson. Ah, yes.
Chiefs, yeah. Do you recall a murder involving a woman?
Lily Peterson, of course. The prostitute.
No, it wasn't.
As I recall, the woman was beaten severely by one of her clients. She died a few days later. How is this of any relevance?
That's what I'm trying to... Did you know that Lily Peterson had a sister who was killed some 16 years ago?
I didn't. I
think it is. Would you be able to get me...
What was the victim?
That's what I'm trying to find.
That might be a bit more difficult.
I'll try...
Right. What year did you...
Ah! 43. So... I don't know what year it is.
It was 16.
Right. And who was the detective?
I believe...
And what was...
Shooting?
It was...
All right. I suggest you get your details.
Right. I need my details in order, right? Okay, so let's... 16 years ago. Yeah, 28. Nice. So I did get that right. So it was 28. Yeah. Look at this case book. 313-2213. No. What about...
We've exhausted...
Yeah.
That's a rather nice...
Oh, Serafina knows loads about her. You might try ask...
Serafina told me that Lily's possessions are...
Yeah, in that cabinet over there.
Do you think I could...
Oh.
Serafina never has to know.
If I had a... But, all right. As long as you keep your word and don't take... I'll get it...
I'll just...
Thanks, love.
Okay.
There you go.
All for the browsing. There, you good. This probably will help me. 313-2213. 313-2213. Right.
A cheap ring. These don't... Let's see.
Miss Peterson, while as unorthodox press radioactive. Lester Barnett. A victim after the case is closed.
Nice scarf, impressively cleaned. One of 3 buttons with an engraved lily on it.
3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3. Oh.
Well now, I think...
Aunt Lily, I tried, God knows I tried, but I couldn't let that bastard get away with his crime. I refused to watch you suffer the same fate as Mother. Justice had to be done. I snuffed out his life just as he tried to choke yours out of your body. The blood that stains this letter is his. As I write this, you're in a hospital bed unconscious. I don't know if I'll even be able to speak with you again. And place this letter in your secret place. I'd choke yours out, so choking. You'll someday be able to read it. I have discovered my true calling. I must dispense justice as those who harm innocent women. I have seen the cycle of violence go on far too long. She had to be violated by one of her clients, an ironworker named Hannibal Kirkland. I will observe his habits. And ta-da.
Nice.
Okay. So. I'll be able to get the information I need now.
Chief Snell.
Yeah.
What?
28.
Right.
Lester Barnett.
Right. And what was the victim?
Strangulation.
All right. I'll have a. Yes. This should be a.
So
William
we have our
Collins,
killer's
yeah.
last name and possible first name, assuming he's the same man Linda Walker talked about. Perhaps it's time to ask about him at the docks.
After neighborhood shouting and general commotion from the Collins apartment, upon arrival, they found Daisy Collins in the living room with a clear sign of strangulation. In the bedroom, they found Liam Collins, the apparent victim of a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. Searching the rest of the apartment, officers found a young child aged approximately 4 years old hiding in a closet. Conducted an investigation to determine that Liam Collins, lying from the alcohol accident, caused her death. His pistol disgusts me. Ah!
No need to talk.
Okay. Well then.
Keep up the.
So Collins.
Hello.
Probably.
Figures. Wait, what about the Gilded Lily? Yes.
Of course.
Serafina, what can you...
Her Lily didn't talk much about her family, as you can probably imagine.
You're not lying.
I have
Except maybe the truth. But I don't think we have what we need to make her talk. If there even is any.
Thank you for your...
Of course.
Hello.
You again?
A few more. Do you know a man named Samuel Collins?
Yes.
Is he working?
No, it's...
I'm very interested in speaking with him.
I don't just give out information on my...
I believe he may be involved.
Is that right?
I believe he stole from one of your customers.
What?
The Hanbrook Flower Shop.
He
stole...
The Hanbrook Flower Shop? They're not one of my...
A minor detail. The point remains...
That's quite a serious...
You can hear it straight from the man who works at the shop that was...
Well...
Wait here, just...
He's right there.
Excuse me, Mr. Hastings?
What is it, detective?
I was wondering if you might help. Could you please tell the shipping manager over there about the burglaries?
Certain.
Go ahead, Mr.
Right.
Around 5 months ago.
And he didn't come around again after...
Thank you, Mr. Hastings. Now or you can...
Fine. I hate to lose two of my... Samuel lives in Chumley, at 210 Abattoir.
Thank you, sir.
But I'm going to have to spend several crowns now.
Yes, well. Samuel Collins, eh?
Samuel Collins?
Yes?
I'm Terrence Shackley from the Labor Department. I wanted to ask you some questions about your employer at the docks.
Oh, of course. Please come in. I'm sorry.
Terrence Shackley? But it's not my real name. I believe you did something similar at the Houses of Parliament with Mr.
So, you're Fordham, the one who was snooping around.
Indeed. We meet again, Mr. Collins.
Of course. The rooftop. I'm sorry about what happened to Gordon. It wasn't my intent for him to die. Oh, he's sorry, is he? Is that supposed to make things better? I suppose this encounter was inevitable. But I admit I didn't think it would be this soon.
Assumptions are like souffles. Making them seems like a good idea, but they soon prove to be more trouble than they're worth.
Not to mention they're puffed up with air and deflate when you poke them.
This is
so
true.
You're not planning to arrest me. That makes sense.
Arresting you wouldn't be proper justice. You've taken so many lives.
Oh, please. Every one of those men deserve what they got.
No one deserves to be shot in the head.
Nobody deserves to be shot in the head.
I'm sure your feeling would change if your wife was violated. Surprised I know about her? After our first encounter, I did my own investigation. I had to know what kind of man you were. You were innocent of any wrongdoing. Otherwise, we would have met much sooner.
Fair. I understand why you killed them, but that doesn't make it right.
I understand your reasons, but that doesn't mean your actions were justified. You need to pay for your crimes, one way or another.
My crimes? What about theirs? If not for me, they would have gotten away with them.
There are other ways of upholding justice,
Yes.
Collins. Ways that don't involve mass murder.
The system is broken. Criminals get away all the time. You know that. Only too well. But you comprehend my situation. You understand my reasons for doing what I do.
It still doesn't make it right.
Understanding is not the same as approval.
But it is the first step.
Is this
bastard really suggesting what I think he is? All I ask is that you allow me to continue my work in peace.
You asked me to look the other way once before, and I refused.
Yes, and it cost your partner's life.
Well, this time it's just you and me, and I'm still not going to let you off.
I may have made a
You're out of
mistake.
your mind if you think I'm going to just let you keep killing.
Damn right, Miles. This has to end. Then you leave me.
Fordham!
Yes, I'm fine. Thank God you're a better shot than I was.
So, this is our justice killer?
That's right.
I suppose
They
congratulations.
won't
Thank you,
find
Chief
him.
Snelling.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you weren't so brash as to confront him without notifying me
Oh,
first.
good.
Perhaps there is. Now then, I'll go get the other officers so we can lock down the scene and remove the body. Wait here.
Quite a night. Bill? Are you there? Bill? Oh.
Finally over.
It's good of you to do this, Miles. Do you need some time alone?
If you wouldn't mind.
All right. I'll wait for you over by the sycamores.
So, it's finally over. I have to admit, it's been strange not hearing you all the time anymore. Never in a million years did I think I would actually miss it.
No.
But the important thing is you've moved on, and I got what I was looking for. I'm starting up my own private detective agency, you know. Addie and Upton are going to be my partners. It should be interesting, to say the least. Oh, that reminds me. I brought you a little something. It's not much, but I thought you might appreciate it. Thank you for all your help, Bill. I truly would have been lost without it.
Bill, wake up, your grave is on fire. Hold on.
Bill, wake up! Your grave is on fire! Well, I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny.
Goodbye, old friend.
I got an achievement
you.
for that. That was nice. That was really good. That was really good and very interesting the way that they have that all perfect run. Roland Devereaux. Who's all this? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Correctly solved every case. Yes! You're so annoying. Oh. Kept your promise to Miss Hanbrook. I'm Bobbin, are you my mother? Fixed the boiler without any help. Spoke with Roland Devereaux. Tricked Jonas Usher. Sang a popular drinking song. Declare their case unsolvable. Eavesdrop on every conversation. That's interesting. That's so cool that there's so much more still to this game that you can do with between achievements and just options that you make in the game. I am actually really excited to see where the next game goes. As was mentioned, there is a sequel, sort of like an Out West cowboy style with Bill's sister, Bill Legger's sister. So I'm curious to see how that'll be. I had a lot of fun with this. This was really unique, very fun. The entire experience for a point-and-click adventure is one that I haven't, or I played a lot of point-and-click adventures. This gave a experience that wasn't wholly like any other one that I've tried. I can't think of another one that utilized certain mechanics that would lock you out of certain options for solving stuff. So that's really fun. I love it. Absolutely love it. Good game. Very good game. Very worth the money too. I would definitely highly suggest going and giving it a try yourself. Especially if you like puzzle games, one-click adventures, that sort of thing. This will scratch that itch. Let's see. Also, apparently my stuff from Cloak is arriving probably, hopefully sometime this week. Actually, it's probably next week, thinking about it. Okay, but that's going to be this game for me. Again, a lot of fun. Very interesting, very enjoyable. I will be playing on my V Rising server. If you are interested for yourself, you can hop on over into my Discord, get to know the community, get to know us, and we can have some fun. Have some fun with V Rising. What is this? Anyways. But oh, that's what that is. So I will be back tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be on Sal's channel, Sal Kang. We're going to be having some discussions about full-time streaming and full-time content creation, stuff like that. And we're going to be discussing pros, cons, and just overall, like, taking a look at it and seeing what people might not even realize about it. So definitely come by, see it. It'll be very interesting, I feel. I know Ultima will be there, and a number of other content creators will all be in there. I'm having a fun time. And then Friday, I believe, either Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be doing a thing with Mike Feedback. We'll be over on their channel, playing some games. So check us out over there as well. Be a good time. It'll be a good time, I think. Man, they had a lot of people. Mom and Dad. Or this is the special thanks. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. And it doesn't look like we really have anybody in here per se, so what I'm probably going to do is end stream here in a little bit. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you. Bonus content unlocked in settings menu. Ooh. What bonus content, pray tell? Huh. Yes. Okay. Bonus. Bloopers.
Dearest?
Hold on, sorry.
In the middle, see? God, this bird's annoying.
Cormac's just going to pop inside for a quick putt. God damn it, Barbosa! Get out of me!
I love this. I love this. Oh
The
no.
only hotel that comes to mind is the Ballston Arms, and Jesus Christ. But all the victims have been men in Chomsky. Chumley! Shut up! Chumley. That is my new least favorite word. But all the victims have been men in Damn it. Chumley. A woman in the Chumley. I hate Chumley so much.
Alright.
Come on. There's not a moment to lose. Sorry, I just wanted to make him feel like I'm excited.
He is excited.
How can you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
How?
One will see you later, and the other will see you in a while.
You're fired.
You're gonna retell that joke, though.
I am.
You know you are.
Mr. Fordham, you mentioned you value discretion. I ask you to please exercise some now. But clearly the drummer next door doesn't value discretion.
Speaking of discretion, a drum set. That's awesome. Hello, madam. My name's Wow, man. Files Mortem, and I'm a Ivet Investigator. Sorry, hold on 2 seconds here.
Down somewhere. Little
Pretty
demon.
soon it'll be debutante.
Debutante.
I hate Gascon Grand Dames. It's okay. It's all in my brain. Okay.
Why does it say the LeBron James of
Can we do
prostitutes?
that whole thing again?
Sure.
Is that right, the way you want it, or is it stupid? That's the way I do it.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's nowhere near stupid.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
She's the LeBron James of the prostitutes. Got it. Cool.
Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, I love this. I love this, that all these bloopers from the concept art. Vespucci. Oh, interesting. So it's a different America. So we're like here. Ah, that's cool. Interesting. This is really fun. This was a very enjoyable game. I had a lot of fun playing that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. But I'm going to get headed out of here. I'm going to be playing on my V Rising server. So, again, feel free to join us in the Discord, hang out with us, and all that stuff. I'm going to kick back for a while, probably get something to eat, because I haven't really eaten much. Listen, don't judge me. It's fine. Okay, but I'm going to get head out here. So thank you guys so much for the follows, for hanging out with me, for spending some time while we finished up this game and wrapped it up finally. Go give it a try for yourself. Honestly, it was a really great game. I really love it. And I'm going to probably look into trying the other one as well, the sequel. So until the next time I see you guys, remember, keep smiling and embrace the chaos.